Yo, Supreme Almighty back in the building. We got the homie Marz One on the show. Trying to get this. I don't know what's going on with my headset and all that. Like, it's acting wild and shit. We gonna try this again though. Shout out to the sponsors once again. Know what I mean, Snow Booms. Know what I mean, Creative Juices Music, Elite Sound International, Big Bob. Know what I mean, yeah. Once again, my bad about the feeds and all that. I don't know. This doesn't really happen. They must have fixed the. They must have did an update to Instagram and site. My shit never been acting like this. I don't know what's going on with it, but if the headset don't work again, it's all good, man. We gonna fuck it. We gonna rock with the speakerphone or whatever. I just hope everybody can hear everything and shit, cause I ain't never done this shit off the speakerphone, so I don't know how this shit gonna come out. Shit's crazy. Shit, it's connected though. It's wild.
Yo.
Yeah, I don't know. Whatever.
Hey,
that's that bullshit right there. Instagram fucking around with niggas shit, cause yo, I ain't never had no problem with my headset, yo. This shit is wild. Like, I don't know. Anyways, yeah. So
at least it's free. That shit.
Yeah, as long as everybody can hear, as long as everybody can hear you, know what I mean? As long as everybody can hear me, we straight. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yo, if everybody can hear us, yo, give us an okay, give us a like, whatever the fuck you want to throw up this shit. Because my quality is usually on point. I don't know what's going on with this shit. I don't like this shit, yo, because like I'm trying to give you the best interview possible. Like, Instagram fucking around this shit.
It's your audio shit, yeah.
I don't know. It's gotta be, man. All I did was update the fucking new Instagram shit or whatever this shit is, and shit's wild. Anyways, I bet. So fuck it. It's whatever. As long as everybody can hear you, bet. All right, cool. We're good then. So yeah. So back to what we were saying. So yeah, like I was checking out the joint you made and shit. We're gonna discuss that like track by track and shit like that. But as of right now, I wanted to kind of get more in depth to you as an MC, like as an individualist and shit. So I'm gonna start it off with like, so all right, Marz One. So where did you come up with this name? Because I'm really digging the name and shit.
Word, straightforward and shit. Yeah. So well, I've been writing. You know, it's all started with graph shit, just with doing artistry, like. And I'm not like the illest artist by any means, but I came up around a lot of ill fucking graph writers. You know, I grew up at the skate park. You know, going from a really young age, bro. Watching people wild styling on the fucking half pipe, shit like that, my whole life, you know, growing up. And then my older homie, Crept, K-R-E-P-T, my big homie, taught me everything I knew. Like through high school, you know, we used to run together. Every tunnel from this bitch out to the next city, you know, was definitely hit. And by him more than me, but it was one of those things where he was like the OG of the area, you know, and just such a best friend of mine over the years, shit like that, where it's a blessing, bro. But yeah, I learned from him, right? I used to write Romer, so R-O-M-E-R. I used to write Romer for a long time and shit. And when it kind of came time, like I'd already been spitting and freestyling for like maybe, you know, 10, 12 years since I was like, shit, now I got 12 years since I was like 13. I'm 25 now. So just, you know, freestyle circles growing up in like a super like underground type of a city, you know, like Woo, Boot Camp, Click, Gangstar, shit like that. And, you know, I never been one of those type of dudes that really tried too fucking hard, bro, to find an identity like that, or nothing really ever came to me as far as like, oh, a rap name. Nothing really stuck, you know? And I was just tired of this shit, really. You know, I was like, fuck it, why don't I just go with my graph name? You know, nowadays I do a much more like digital logo work, freelance shit. So it just was like a win-win for me to kind of still keep the graffiti roots, but rock the hip-hop shit and kind of try to bring, you know, with the one, bro, it's also, you know, it's like one love, you know, and not only the one and only type shit, but it's more like the one love aspect for me. It's more of like, I'm a pretty easygoing guy as it is with myself, you know, like I ain't really I'm a hype dude as far as like, I love chilling with everybody and doing the thing. But as far as, you know, attitudes and shit, I'm a pretty fun loving type of dude. I love to get along with everybody and kick it. So it had to be just, you know, it formed off of that really. It's like, once you're known in your fucking little circle as, you know, the graph alias was before the rap shit anyway.
Yeah. Oh yeah, of course. Oh yeah, fucking of course, man. That's what's up. I didn't know you was a graph writer. So that's definitely that's good. That's good to hear, man. 'Cause like I fucking love graffiti and shit. Like I can never personally do that shit myself, but like I appreciate that shit. I appreciate that what you call it? That part of hip hop. You know what I mean? Because like a lot of people
Exactly.
misinterpret hip hop as only being MCs, but hip hop is the DJ, the MCs, the B-boys, the graffiti, the knowledge. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, graffiti artists, it
Right.
seems like it did kind of tone down a little bit. I mean, it's coming back though. I'm noticing a lot of people getting real recognition the way they're supposed to, but I know it did
Right.
kind of die down because obviously niggas wasn't cool with us tagging the walls and you know what I mean. Like so, it's cool that we getting recognition now, like as far as hip hop goes, and not getting like paying over shit and being all disrespectful and shit. So I definitely
Right.
salute to you for that shit, for the graffiti.
For
What I mean,
sure.
part of that. Um,
Yeah.
that's a dope thing though. To get your name from that though. That's what's up.
Or
Word.
yeah, like,
Word.
and it's like I would have probably just went ahead and wrote with Romer, like Rome or Romer, how I always did. But it's one of those things, like, respectively, when you're doing that, or you come up, like, there's in this little ass town in New Mexico over here where I'm at, a lot of the shit, a lot of the pieces from back in the day, bro, they're still up and stuff. So I wouldn't want to be, just respectfully to keep that as a certain. Now so much time has passed type of shit, but I thought to myself, Marz is kind of like that. It's like my second graph name, and it's kind of like that clean slate, bro. At just a different me, and not even that. It's like it trips me out. What I've been blessed by is like in my musical journey. I started with freestyles, of course, like 12, 13, but guitar. I also was like, that's my main instrument. My first thing, I'm self-taught on the guitar. Like the rest is history, but it's been a passion of mine since then, bro. I always knew that I was going to be serious. I always been way too into studying the MCs before me and shit like that. And it's like when you get into something, I'm the type of dude that I get in the rabbit hole with that shit. So I don't mean to, but I think I get fanatical with it. And hip hop's a great thing. I've been fanatical about it since I was like 4 years old, bro. When I stole that little fucking Eminem CD. It's just silly cliche ass. I'm young though. I'm 25. So right when like that whatever the Marshall Mathers LP, I think it is, that first CD, like it's like 2001. I was like 4 or 5. Slap that bitch in my PS1, and I was just bugging out like, oh shit, you hear what this motherfucker's saying, and from then. But on a serious note, that shit, it really clicked with me. Like his heavier tracks, like, I don't know, the beats, the boom bap, the hard hitting shit, it's just lyricism. And like, that's why I wouldn't really cite Eminem as like one of my influences in the last like long time. But it's one of those things that's inherently there, and like you can't help but be like, shit, man, that's the first dude that, and then the rest is history. The rest is,
Yo, trying to
gangsta.
talk about Eminem now, yo, like people get butthurt real fucking quick. You be like, yo, that newer shit is kind of trash, and automatically everybody want to get butthurt. It's like, calm it the fuck down, because the Slim Shady LP was a fucking masterpiece, and then the shits in between that shit.
Right.
So it's like, you know what I mean? And then, like I said before, everyone says he's untouchable, but he got beat by MC Juice back at Scribble Jam. For those real Eminem fans, for those real, you know what I'm saying? Like, at the end of the day, that's what I'm about, man. I'm a journalist, I'm a hip-hop activist, whatever you want to call it. I don't label myself, but, yo, there was a lot of dope hip-hop back when that all came out. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I definitely agree with you on that. Like, Eminem was dope. He still is dope, but watered down, 50 Cent style, whatever you want to call it.
Right.
Like,
And like that was the cusp of all that change. We saw it. And even from that, as a little ass kid, I saw the difference between, picking him up with that LP and then going to like the Eminem show and then the 50 Cent shit and all the theatrical shit. I didn't think I'd be talking so much about the motherfucker, but it's really like that, where he's left a big imprint, bro. Whenever I was little, it was a lot more extreme to be like a motherfucker that looks like me and be very serious about their craft. Like, I'm very serious about lyricism, just in the way that I also respect him where he talks that way, where it's like Crooked Eye, all his homies, Royce, and anybody who's ill, Mickey Fax, like all these dudes who are intense writers, they're into the structures of writing, and they're into I wouldn't say rules, but like the tools, you know what I mean? There's like the tools of writing, bro. It's something that I respect, that they're like, shit, let me see how far I can go with lyricism. That's what I've always been a fan of, from everything from like Mobb Deep to, Aesop Rock and all of them, to everything though. Just a pure hip hop lover, bro.
yeah, I mean, I feel like, yo, not for nothing, man. I mean, for those that don't know, I am an MC as well. Like, I produce, I MC.
You know what I mean? And I'm a battle MC. You know what I'm saying? Like I love my punchlines, my metaphors and shit, but I could write that other shit. But like my thing is I feel like a lot of artists nowadays, man, are watered down. Like their bars are so like every bar's got a rhyme. I mean, every fucking word's got a rhyme together and shit. And like, you know what I mean? That's cool and all. I mean, for certain tracks you can like kind of be versatile. But when every track sounds like fucking mumble rap to me, I'm not gonna listen to that shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, you will not catch me at a fucking show blasting some trap shit. I'll walk the fuck up the block with that shit.
Right.
I get a lot of hate for that shit. A lot of people are like, yo, you don't fuck with chat, fuck you. I'm like, I don't give a fuck. I mean, like,
Right.
I'm from the hip hop. I am the 90s boom bap, whatever you want to call it. So, you know what I mean? So at the end of the day, artists now, man, these bars, I'm like, what the fuck are these rappers talking about? And then when I heard what you was spitting on your joint, I was like, yo, you had some shit. I was kind of surprised because it's rare to kind of hear, what do you want to call it? The substance and the way it sounds. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's not like you were just throwing random ass shit on tracks. A lot of your shit has substance. And then the beats complementing your style. So, like I was saying before. And so, I mean, we're going to get into detail about that in a second. For those that don't know, go check cop that shit on Bandcamp and shit. You know what I mean? Like, that shit's definitely worth the purchase. I purchased it. I don't give a fuck. Like, you know what I'm saying? I try to support when I can.
I was wondering if that was you. Yeah, I appreciate that a lot, man, for real.
Like, because real niggas do real things. You know what I mean? Everybody talk a good motherfucking game about supporting, but like I said, at every show, niggas know if you on my show, I'm gonna keep up to date with you. I'm gonna be in your inbox. We're gonna be politicking. We're gonna be building. That's what this hip hop shit is about. It's not like, oh, let me go clout chase niggas. Go grab the most popping people, and then like, nah, fuck all that. That's not what this platform is about, man. This platform is about good times, hip hop talking, and getting to know dope artists such as yourself. Like, I'm not with that fucking coattail bullshit. But you got some dope shit though, man. Like, I definitely appreciated it. Like, I'm glad I was able to meet you. I'm just being real. You know what I'm saying?
Hey,
like, I love digging in the rabbit hole. You know what I mean? I get stuck in that shit sometimes. I'll be sitting here and fucking no homo, but you know what I'm saying? I will get stuck because I'll be sitting there jamming, and then I want to go listen to other tracks and other tracks and other tracks. Like, that's what hip hop's been about. So, you know what I mean?
No, whenever that stops, like whenever you lose that spark, it's a big issue, bro. You know, and sometimes you do need to take a step back, but like, we're all fans first, right? Regardless of if we're MCs or not. Hi, baby. Hey, I gotta take a shout out to my main lady right there, my old lady.
No doubt, no doubt.
You know? I also want to shout out too again, man, my homeboy, my hombre Donnie G and BK Bones up in the mix too. That's my guys, Grave Wax Music, right? So that's my little clique. And Emerge the MC. I've been grateful to run with these dudes because we respect each other a lot on different levels of musicianship, right? So BK Bones, who's the producer of the album that we're talking about, I appreciate the kind words. Man, he's a fucking wizard, bro. And so I met him through the metal scene, right? So like I said, I'm a guitarist, so I'm like a metal guitarist, like extreme metal. Like, we love death metal, we love New York death metal, fucking black metal, all that extreme shit. You know, it's different, but you catch us on some crazy shit, you know?
Yo, listen, I listen to rock. I listen to rock.
Yeah,
yo, a lot of people get that.
You gotta keep a good spectrum, I know.
You'd be surprised, man, how many times I get questioned. People be like, is that all you listen to is hip hop? Nah, I listen to R&B, I listen to rock, I don't know if it's considered metal and all that, but I don't really know the genres, the branch offs and all that, but I do listen to all that shit too. And you know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, shout out to them though. Like Bones and Donnie G, man. I was listening to the shit. Shit's fire, man. I was loving what y'all was doing together and shit. Y'all got a nice little click. You know what I'm saying? Like, I like that shit. Just give them a shout out to that real quick. But yeah, your beat selections are good, man. Like I told you, like, because I listen to a lot of people's albums, man, and sometimes I just get frustrated because they'll be the dopest niggas ever, but their beat selection ruins like the flow of things, the feng shui of the track. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, they can be rapping dopest shit ever, and it'll just be like, what the fuck is that beat? Like, what's going on in that shit? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, maybe I am a bit you know what I mean? I like to listen to the beat sometimes, I guess, before I listen to the artist. I mean, it is what it is, but You know,
Yeah,
you gotta have you have to have the substance. You have to have everything concrete together, man. Like that's what makes a classic. That's what makes a timeless record.
it's important, bro. And like with that being said, part of me, like, I know the God Fahim, I always got to go back. This is like the first dude I always think of, man. Not only for the work output, but I'm really influenced because I don't listen to, I wouldn't say, I don't know. I listen to more new school, like new wave of this hip hop shit. I feel like and keep up with modern releases and artists quite a bit, you know? But like the one dude that really fucking just stays in my constant rotation is the God Fahim. And like, I just catch myself studying his, you know, it's like you listen to somebody enough that you end up studying them a lot. And I love the tranquility and the simplicity that he's able to throw in that shit a lot of the time. He can still come through the earlier stuff with some wildness, but like, I don't know, that dude, he produces a lot of his own shit, but that's a good example of like when I hear somebody who I think has really good ear for production, that's who I go to. And like, there's a lot of dudes though that are killing it today, man. Fucking the grime wave guys, fucking Genosha, like Weapon ESP, Ghost of the Machine, all those dudes, Logun. There's like so many people in this group, Cast God, like not in this, but in this big group, like you're saying, the hip hop shit, bro, that I've just been really influenced by that are like, I'm grateful to say people that I consider my peers, right? So it's just a trip after time and putting yourself out there and just doing this shit for the love of it, man. There's no other way to fucking do it. This is just, it's just such a blessing to be a part of a culture that's so fucking ill. Like you said, it's about the good times, the chats, the knowledge. Like it's really interesting to hear an MC's perspective, but also like someone who's more than that. Like we're music, you know, we're people who are connected to music. You know, I wouldn't want to put any type of label or word on it, oh, enthusiast or whatever, but that's what it is not only with good beat selection, but I believe in good curation, like music curation. So if you're good at placing, you know, that's what I love collecting albums, bro. And you know how it is. You need to have a perfect side A and the perfect side B and have that bitch in perfect order. And you know, you got to throw your little gems in, chains of monotony or whatever. And like, that's my favorite part about making an album or a project, whatever it be, is being able to manipulate that swing when you need to do it. Like you're saying, sometimes you're kind of disappointed, like, damn, why is this dude screaming again? Or like, damn, this is a slow ass beat again. I'm fucking falling asleep over here like 5 minutes in. But you know, it's important from project to project if you're sure that you could keep that output up. Like I'm saying, you know, it's like I got a lot on my plate, just like you do, I'm sure, just like all of us are like, shit, yeah, I got project on project. But it's about execution and like priority. So that's where I'm at right now, is I'm chipped away on several projects. The BK Bones project, we're gonna put out like a 7-inch record because we love, you know, we want to press our music, limited press. We'll hit you up and all that if you're into that type of shit, you know, and like try to get, like, that's what the stuff like you're saying is the first connections and the close people we want to talk to, is like that's your immediate mailing list and your immediate support circle, bro. I'm glad we could support each other. You got a dope fucking platform. I feel like you bring artists of worth. Like I saw that Stack Skrilla. You know, I'm pretty sure he has some work with fucking Fahim. Like shit like that, where it's a small world where these people are working, dude. And it's dope to be able to see them. And I'm humbled to be able to talk next to these type of people and talk with you, brother. For real.
Yeah, no doubt, man. I mean, that's what I'm saying. Like everybody that's been on the show, man, it's like I'm fans of them, or you know what I mean. We chop it up, we try to build and shit. Like I said, that's what hip hop's always been about. You know what I mean? You stroll through the hood, kick some bars with some people, and you just build on the spot. Like that's what it's always been about for me, anyways.
Yeah.
And since we got this internet shit, which I'm still trying to get used to, because I'm not really an internet dude. Like you'll catch me on Instagram twice a day, if that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Or Facebook or whatever. You know what I mean? I don't fuck with it. I'm still an old school type head. I like to interact with people through the phones, through you know what I mean, face to face in the place and shit. So I'm getting used to this shit, but I love this shit because I can talk to, you know what I mean, to be able to talk to my family and Snowgoons all the way in Germany through this shit. It's fucking awesome. Like, I love this shit. I'm grateful for this shit, even though it's still kind of weird to me, but you know what I'm saying? I appreciate it. And my purpose is to bring dope artists to the spotlight. Because I seen how a lot of people do their shows, not knocking, not being negative, but I realize a lot of them are not giving people the proper shine. They're just picking whoever is quick to pay $1, whoever's quick to be the most, like I said, most popping and shit. I'm not about
Yeah.
that. Like, if you look at all the shows I've had, a lot of them are actually local talent. Some of my own friends and family, because I'm going to bring them with me. I'm bringing whoever I can with me, man. And you now part of that circle. So anywhere I can help you out, man, I got you. Tag me wherever the fuck you want.
You know what it is.
You know what I'm saying? I keep it real. You just look at my page, bro. All you see is shares. Like, I don't think you even see any of my own posts. It's everybody else's fucking music.
Yeah, exactly, man. We need more. That's what it is like, those are the type of people where it's that, like, pardon me to interrupt, but man, you guys are like that extra element. I swear the fuck to God, the supporters, you know, the real, and like, it's just the diehard hip hop heads that need more hip hop. And it's going to be bumping. Like, I'm the type of hip hop head like that, where it's overnight. If it's just a somber hip hop beat, wherever the fuck it is, wherever it's going to take you, whatever that is, some classic shit. That is like the meaning of life in some ways for you, bro. That's all you need. Smoke a bowl or have a little smoke. I feel that shit.
Yo, hip hop kept my ass alive, yo. Hip hop kept me alive, kept my ass out of jail. You know what I'm saying? So those that really know hip hop, know the culture, that's the other problem. People don't use the word culture anymore. It is a culture. It is a way of life. For those of us like you, you're living it because you do graffiti. That's a part of hip hop. You know what I'm saying? All these branch offs off of the MCing, it all plays its part. So, you know what I mean? At the end of the day, it's a lifestyle, man. Like, you can't be out here talking about being an MC, but you don't know, like, some of the classics, or you don't know some of the old school artists that brought this shit to the light. You know what I'm saying? And at the end of the day, yeah, it started in New York, but this shit is international. This shit is everywhere. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, we need to look at it as a culture, not a marketing scheme. I hate when people do that shit. You know what I'm saying? Let me just make quick money and dip. Nah, man. Like, fuck that, man. Like, you know what I mean? I blast albums back to back to back. You know what I mean? Like, that's the reason why I'm not into the new age shit. Because my brain is still stuck on Nas Illmatic. You know what I mean? I still blast that shit all fucking day. Like, so as long as me keep up with this newer shit, I mean, I'll listen to it. I'll give it a chance. But yo, on some real shit, I don't appreciate a fucking bass line 200% in my fucking ear. You know what I'm saying? So all that trap music shit, I'm not okay with that. Like, you know what I mean? Tone that shit the fuck down, and then maybe I might listen. But, you know what I mean? If I can't hear a rap over the fucking bass line, what the fuck is that? Like, yo, peace. Peace to everybody joining in. But, yeah, let me not flap my gums and shit and get my ass in trouble. Anyways, yeah, let's get back into it, though. Since this is the perfect segue, so who did you listen to growing up that made you want to be an MC?
It was, I mean, like, it was Wu, bro. It was Wu first, because, you know, the city that I was from was just that background where it was Wu and Gangstar, I'd say first, super early. Like, and it was a mix of, like, hearing that shit from the older heads, like, at the skate park, because I started going down there when I was, like, really young with my older sister and my little brother, and he became like a skate prodigy. So they were just like, yo, Wu-Tang, Wu-Tang. Everyone was like, yo, you know, it was like cram down your fucking throat. And that's what I was so blessed by, man. It was like the one city I was straight blessed by, where, you know, I'm this little dude and I was just a little video game dude. But no, it was Wu and Gangstar specifically that a lot, you know what I mean? A lot of my older homies like put me onto the gospel. And what it is, like you're saying, it's the sentiment. You know, that's what puts it apart from other people with the cash grab or coming in for a year trying to MC and not doing it. It's about education. It's about, like, the sentiment. We care a whole fucking ton about it. So studying something, like I said, getting a little bit kind of obsessed with the shit, right? Like, after, you know, like all the older homies and they're all these crazy ninja skater motherfuckers. I came up in a crazy town with these just diehard old school. It's early 2000s. So small wheels, big pants, skating, just shredding the fucking hip hop, you know? And like that shit molded me to what I am, really. And bro, I'm one of those people, like you said, with what you mentioned, being stuck on Illmatic. That's how I am with like 36 Chambers. I'm still stuck on the 36 Chambers. I'm still stuck on the W. I'm still stuck on it. Not just exclusively that shit. You know, Bucktown, fucking, there's a whole list of, I mean, all the classic shit, you know, Nas, AZ. all that, of course, no question. But
Yeah,
like,
I can't go a day without my Nas shit, man. Like I can't front.
yeah,
Like if I don't listen to Nas at least once a day, man, I go fucking crazy, bro. Like I
sure.
need that. You know what I mean? Like I
That's
need
that high
that. You know
quality.
what I mean?
You need the high quality. Yeah, and so a little bit older then, right? Like 9, 10, my homeboy Lucas, rest in peace, Dream Boy, is my best brother of all time, you know, put me on, and he was always ahead of the game with shit. We always been in the, you know, me and him always been bumping Eminem since real little shit, you know, put me on to like, he always be hyping me up with the new shit. And then he put me on to like Atmosphere and Idea. When I was like 9 or 10, I was like, what the fuck is this? And just like with the Eminem shit when I was young, you know, I heard those hooks, bro, like Modern Man's Hustle or like Love Life or God Loves Ugly, some shit like that. Very early, I heard the hooks, and I already knew that that had to been, you know, some of the illest hip hop or some of my favorite shit, like some very, to me, some of the best, most important like choruses and shit like that. Some like, you know, classic late 90s to modern, like early 2000s type of shit. So that's where
Mm-hmm.
my progression came from. And then into high school, you know, it's like Cage, Self-Titled was one of my hugest influences. You know, Apathy, all the fucking demigods. And then
Fuck yeah.
with Crept, with my homeboy Crept, all that he would play, because we live close to each other, so we'd be all going doing some Black Book shit or going hitting the tunnels all the time. You know, my homeboy I did graffiti with, learning from. He did this piece back here actually for me. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I
So my
was
brother,
checking that shit out, man. Like, yo, that
yeah,
shit looks fucking dope, man.
he's ill with it. I'm gonna have to plug him real quick. You know, he's fucking dope with it. You know, he does this canvas is ill with it. And
Shit is ill, man. Word.
he pardon me to get off track and shit, but he would like exclusively, it sounds silly shit, it's ironic, but he would just play the fucking Snow Goons and Snack the Ripper and Jedi Mind Tricks. So it was, for a lot of years through high school, was mainly, of course you had that Wu-Tang and shit, Sean P, you know, like come on terminology, MOP, shit like that. But it was great because that dude, whenever you go to his house, bro, you're working in his Black Books or whatever I was getting started, you know, I always loved his music selection. He's one of my only homies that really had that shit where you're like, damn, this guy is constantly showing me new music, not just bumping the old shit. All the other heads, a lot of them were still on, you know, everything from Tribe to like all that 90s, you know, just everything 90s. And bro, that's where I listen, you know, that's where I got into Immortal Technique and Diabolic, and then the rest is history, and that's what molded me into a freestyle MC. And we had like a battle circuit, you know, the rest is history. That's when it's like, boom, okay, then practice up.
Yeah, yeah. Now I definitely feel you on that. Yeah, I've been I'm stubborn in my ways too. Like I got a lot of homies that be playing the trap shit. I just fucking I'll be like, nah, I'm good on that shit. And I'll throw on some Jedi Mind, I'll throw on some AOTP, Snow Goon shit. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm stuck in my ways. I've never believed in being a follower. And I feel like a lot of these MCs too, like they're followers. They want to follow everybody, dick ride everybody. I mean, it's one thing to cop an album and actually pay homage. It's compared to liking every post and sharing every post and calling somebody family when you don't even know these people, you don't even talk to them. It's like that's a follower. You know what I'm saying? Like me, if I have a personal interest in somebody's music, I'm gonna go and holler at them like, yo, fam, I listen to your album, I like your album, you know what I mean, et cetera, et cetera. And we go from there. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah. So that's what I feel like hip hop's supposed to be, is building and working together and shit. I know there's a business aspect, obviously, you know, pay your money, do whatever. I mean, that's cool, but follow up with it. Don't fucking buy an Planet Asia verse and then don't try to stay and connect. Like that's some book riding shit. Like you trying to fucking come up off of somebody else's you know what I'm saying, growth. Fuck that. Yeah. And especially as an MC, man, as an MC, we have a bar that we have to be at. You know what I'm saying? Like there's a bar we have to be at or surpass. And if you're letting features outshine you on your own tracks, if you're letting you know, producers and this and that, then you're really not doing your job as an MC. Because if you can't hold up the bars, what's the point of even being an MC? Like, you know what I mean? I mean, that's just how I look at it. I mean, like I said, I'm very critique with my hip hop, but I guess because I'm an MC, like I could rap, I could freestyle off the head, I could battle on the spot. So you know what I'm saying? Like these type of things are what makes hip hop great for me. So I feel like other MCs kind of follow that too a little bit, like here and there. But yeah, let me not jab the jaw. Like I said, I can get into this shit all fucking day. I love my motherfucking hip hop, but yeah. So back just to backpedal real quick. You were into video games. You said what kind of video games were you jamming to?
You know, shit, all the classic shit. I always liked RPG games and shit, you know, but I started on like, Zelda, any like platformers and shit, man.
Yo, I wonder if your boy Bones be sampling off the RPGs, because you know that background music was motherfucking.
Oh yeah.
Like,
yeah, he does a lot of like Japanese, those like limited OBI strip Japanese vinyl shit. That'd be crazy to find the old 70s ones, like the actual imports from Japan, you know, not like the new shit.
Yeah. Oh, nice.
But him and Donnie G, they put out that Chrono Trigger tribute. And it's you know what I mean? He definitely digs into the gems.
I'm gonna have to listen to that shit now that you said that. Yeah, because I was sampling Final Fantasy, I was sampling Resident
Final
Evil, Silent Hill. You know what I'm saying? Like all the old shit. So yeah, that's crazy.
I'm all about that shit, bro. Like Castlevania is my favorite fucking. You know, Castlevania is my favorite shit. That's my favorite shit from like the 90s and 80s. The
best soundtrack, pseudo.
Yeah, you know, that kind of shit. And then recent, you know, I don't get into so many different games and shit nowadays as much. But, you know, I like in the last like 10 years, those Dark Souls games are always dope. I always like something immersive, something that's like an RPG, something crazy like that and shit. But yeah, you know,
I always felt like video games intertwines with hip hop. We like just like anime. Like, I don't give a fuck, man. If you're an MC and you tell me you don't like anime, then your bars probably ain't that great. Because you can get some of the best punchlines out of a fucking anime. Let me rap about Fist of the North Star all day. Let me rap about Ninja Scroll all day. I'll fucking do it. You know what I'm saying?
I should have brought the damn DVD collection out there. I got the Ninja Scroll. I got all the shit. I brought the Voltron in today. I like early shit like that, like Lupin and all the old shit too. I respect I love animation and the evolution of Japanese animation. It's been crazy. Like. I'm glad that you're in the anime. That shit got me all hyped for the interview, bro. I was like,
my first anime was Fist of the North Star, bro. And then after that, it was, let me not say that, because there was a lot of old school cartoons that were actually considered animes.
Right.
Like the original Voltron, like you said. Like that shit was considered an anime. But a lot of people said it was a cartoon.
Yeah, Saint Seiya, all that 80s shit, like 70s shit. Yeah, no doubt.
Same thing, man. Yo, dude, I watch anime all day, bro. Like I watch it with my sons. I put my sons on to anime. Like, nah, man. Like it's a part of hip hop. It's, you know what I'm saying? Because you got fucking like Nujabats. You got fucking Kyo Itachi. You got dope ass producers sampling off of this straight anime. Like, shout out to my brother Kyo Itachi, man. He's made some of the dopest beats I've ever heard with fucking anime samples. And he barely even speaks English. Shout out to my brother, yo. You know what I mean? I was trying to get him on the show, but he's like, I don't speak English like that. I'm like, we'll figure it out. We'll fucking Google Translate or something. I gotta have him on there. But definitely, yeah, the fucking anime, bro. I can go on about that all the. Matter of fact, me and Elder Sensei, shout out to the brother Elder Sensei. We was talking about anime like the whole fucking night when we doing the interview and shit. Yeah, it was the fucking dopest fucking thing ever to be fucking rocking with the artifacts, talking about just straight fucking anime, bro. Like this, I love this show, man. You know what I'm saying? This
mind blown. That's ill.
It was, and me and him still be politicking, and I'll be showing him some new anime. He be putting me on to some shit, so I'm all for it, man. But yeah,
it's the connections, bro. It's the connections, bro. Really, like, yo. Speaking of the connections, man, you know how was that grind mode cipher? I'm now switching the motherfucker up. Gotta interview you a little bit, but how's that grind mode? You were up at the Snow Goons one, right?
Yeah. Yo, shout out to Lingo and grind mode and all that. Yo, that shit was lit. That shit was dope, man. That's actually the first show I've been to in years. Well, let me tell you about like maybe a year or something, but like, yeah, like, yo, that shit was lit, man. And you know what I'm saying? I met up with a whole bunch of people I met online and shit that I ain't never met before, and I got to finally chill and hang with the brother DJ Illegal and shit and his girl Generation and shit. So it was dope, man. Everybody did their thing and shit. K-Press, shout out to him. Shout out to the brother 88 Blessed. Yo, that shit was dope, man. I was surprised because some of the hip-hop shows I went to, wasn't really feeling it, man, because I'm not into the whole everybody elbow to elbow shit. And you know what I'm saying? Like it
Yeah.
ruins the vibe for me. Like, you know what I'm saying? I like to bounce around a little bit. You know
Yeah,
what I mean? Really vibe. So
shit
that
does
shit
get
was
real crammed up. Feel it. I love the energy though. It's interesting and it's a good platform. Like you're saying again, it's like they've been real generous. And by the way, Black Beast in the comments. I'm not familiar with Game Boy Jones, but I'll peep him out. Is he on YouTube? Let me know. But grind mode's dope. Yeah, shout out to Lingo and all them, man, and the Snow Goons just for making that shit. Like the connections are real. You know, it's really cool. Hip hop's such a blessing. You know, whatever music scene you're in is a blessing like that. You know, the camaraderie's dope. But I'm blessed that we got the ease of like not having to lug around a bunch of fucking instruments and a bunch of extra shit or having to have a full band to perform. What I love about emceeing, bro, is being able to just bring you,
mhm.
and especially, and that's all it is, just you and the beat. That's just such a blessing to me, you know. It's a
Oh yeah,
great fucking
cool.
expression, brother.
And
You
you
know,
don't
and
even
like
need a fucking mic. You don't even need a fucking
yeah,
mic. You can just
yeah,
fucking yell and scream off the fucking stage and shit. So
that's the way.
yeah,
That's the way. Yeah, and
yeah,
that's
I
what
mean,
I'm saying with. You know, you get used to exactly. You come up in circles like, hip hop started out in the park. We used to do it out in the dark. Like
exactly,
so
yo,
descriptive to me
exactly.
because that's what I grew up with. Like, that's such an important fucking thing to me is being in that huddle with some MCs that's just grilling some shit. Like the most inhuman motherfucking unspeakable freestyles and just wicked fucking
Yeah,
cipher circles, dude. That's where I find my real happiness at. Shout
yeah.
out to my real quick from Silver City out here. New Mexico is few and far between with the hip hop, really, bro. But just on the scale as far as population, right? So you guys on the East Coast, you got a lot of more MCs in a small
Yeah,
area.
yeah, yeah.
We got some ill MCs in a small area, but there's only this handful of them, and everyone's in a different place in life, and everyone's kind of trying to scramble out of the place. We're gonna hit Tucson next month, so we'll be out of here. I'll be back to my hometown in Tucson, Arizona, right there. We're like 3 hours away, so the nerves of it. But I'm trying to keep busy with the hip hop. Don't let it slow down the fucking. It's like it's a bittersweet thing, bro. Silver City has held me down and been that place, and I've been back and forth between places, but now it's really time to try and go make the shit legitimized and go rock some shows out there in Tucson, try to open for some dope people. Like, I try to set my goals realistically, bro, and have fun with them every time. And that's always been, so you don't let yourself down in ways like all of it's just been a blessing and then some. Everything's just been more than, you know?
Know what it is, man. Like, you know what I mean? I'm not a life coach and that, man, but I do have experience in this shit. And at the end of the day, man, the best way to live in this game, to survive in this game, is don't have expectations. You know what I'm
Strictly.
saying? Exactly what you said. If you have expectations, you're gonna let yourself down because there's so many snakes. There's so many there's so much bullshit to this game. You know what I'm saying? And let's keep it real. Us underground heads, we ain't motherfucking millionaires. We don't make
Yeah.
money. We make
Yeah, I'll
enough
be
to
the
live
first to
comfortably.
admit. Exactly.
You know what I mean? Most of us is fucking broke. I mean, most of
Yeah.
us is selling merc. That's how we make our money. We sell merc. So it's like, you know what I mean? So definitely don't have expectations. You know what I mean? Don't expect your favorite artist to know your name because you bought their album. Don't expect uh like a legendary MC to fuck with you because you got dopest bars. It don't work like that.
Exactly. Or
You
any
know what I
DJ.
mean?
I can't stress that enough. I got so
Mm.
much respect for every DJ, and it's like you'll keep pushing, and especially these legendary DJs. Like, I just got a message for anybody just like myself there. You feel these kind of things where, minimize the whole thinking of like, damn, maybe you don't get spun by this person or that person. They all play what they want, and just keep on sending it in until maybe they find something dope that you like. And if not, then that's all fucking good. And like, I still will respect a motherfucker. It's like, and that's where the fan in me comes out, and the supporter too. I gotta support what some of these dudes are doing because they are on other levels. So, like you're saying earlier, with people not being so attainable, that's what kind of fucks up hip hop a little bit. It's like, damn, some of these dudes, I feel like musically, lyrically, production wise, we're in the same boat as them, but they're just inaccessible or inaccessible because you know clout does something to you. Like, the whole yesterday's prices and today's price. I respect it too because it is business and skills, legacy, and all that shit. I'll be the first to say that I feel like one of my verses is worth something. But I'm at a stage where I'm fucking chalking up with people that I just want to work with. And it's always a blessing especially with producers. Whenever somebody's an ill producer, I'm more than happy to want to work with them or even crank out a single, build those relationships, you know?
Yeah, exactly, yo. I mean, like I said, man, I mean, it is what it is. I mean, you can have clout, you can do whatever, man. But at the end of the day, if you dope is dope.
Yeah.
But there is one catch to being fucking dope. Is even if you was dope as fuck and you spit some bars in front of a legend, there's a chance they're gonna shut you down anyways. It ain't even about the money. It could be the ego. You know what I'm saying? They'll be like, yo, this nigga better than me. Nope. He better than me. We ain't working together, bro. You're gonna take all my fans. That's
And
the
every
other
day
problem.
that happens more and more every day with MCs getting older. What's trippy to me, and I never judge because you never know what somebody's been through in the last, say, 20 years. Like a legend from the 90s. You never know, 30 years, you never know what the motherfucker's been through in this amount of time. But I can only hope that I'm going to be flaming even harder whenever I'm that age. And sometimes it's not like that with some of the MCs, whether it be laziness, like, or whatever it is. You know, I respect and salute like Cool G Rap and these dudes, the absolute legends that care about preserving their legacy of dope shit, you know?
Yeah, exactly. I mean, they earn their stripes. I mean, they earn their stripes, but at the same time, man, there has to be a balance. I don't give a fuck, man, how long you been in the game, how much money, records you sold. You know what I'm saying? There has to be a mutual respect at the end of the day because
Yeah.
I was raised in a different atmosphere. I'm from New York. So at the end of the day, we're supposed to be passing down knowledge. We're supposed to be, you know what I mean, helping, you know what I mean, the youngest. We're supposed to be teaching people shit. The whole shit got miscommunicated because we're not doing that no more. All these legends is just like, oh, go fuck off. You don't got money, fuck off, fuck off. You know what I mean? They'll legit look these legends in the face like, yo, I have all your albums, all your vinyls. Can you give me some advice on how to be as
Straight up.
dope as you? And what do these motherfuckers say? Fuck off. It's like, bro, come on. And this is why, you know what I mean? It's bullshit,
Especially
bro.
studying people, right? Especially studying these people. You're like, bro, I've never even met you, but like you said, I got all your like releases. I got like a tour shirt that I seen you back like 20 fucking, you know what I mean? I don't know, like 10 years ago, I saw your ass. Like, you know, I fucking know all this shit about you that like I respect and admire you, motherfucker. And then yeah, door shut. Like that's always gonna be that way too. Ego's the seed of the fucking devil, bro.
You know, it's ironic, man, now thinking about it. Because we was talking about the Slim Shady LP.
Yeah.
And then we would jump into the Marshall Mathers LP. And it's funny because the song Stan is a prime example of how things could go either way. The fan could be a complete nut job, or the fan could just be really involved in the artist. They want to know them, and the artist treats them like shit. So it can really go either way. But yeah, like it don't matter. Like for me personally, no matter how big I get, I don't give a fuck. Like I'm still gonna try to help push people, do what I can do. Like I still got people going in the inbox, you know what I mean? Like, yo, link me this, link me that, blah blah blah. And I'm like, I'll do what I can, but I ain't no motherfucking promises, bro. Cause like, you know what I'm saying? I'm doing what I can, but at the end of the day, man, don't take people for granted and don't fucking expect shit in this game. You're gonna end up fucking empty handed. You know what I mean? Ain't no motherfucking money in underground hip hop. I don't give a fuck. Like how many rich underground hip hop niggas you know with mansions? I would love to hear that story because I'm pretty sure Cool G's still in the hood. You know what I'm saying? Everybody's still in their natural element. So at the end of the day, man, like yeah, we don't make money like that, but everything counts. Every form of support counts, man. Like
you know, a good example, bro, is, and it's still fresh on the mind, is like K Reno from Houston. You know, the big brother K Reno, such a fucking legend, such an OG, bro. You know, dude's been ripping since like the 80s over there. And like, you know, he's one of those MCs. There's a lot, and not just him, but he comes to mind off top, the South Park Coalition, because they are always doing like food drives. They're always doing like backpack drives, and Terminology, I believe, does the backpack drive every year. Stuff like that in your own cities where it comes down to stuff like that. Those are some of the heroes that I really appreciate and look at. I'm like, damn, I aspire to fucking, you know, if I can even in my little town, because that's not even what it's about is recognition, but being able to use your fucking, excuse me, if you're going to be regarded as any type of public figure, you know, I just appreciate the guys that have a means of doing it and they actually do it and they're admired. That's why they're looked up to by people, not only for the music, but because of how they carry themselves. And you're not going to see that guy out of character, I believe, you know, from what I've seen and meeting the dude and, you know, being on that stage with him on that cypher and things like that, like blessings that, you know, people with the sentiment. It's crazy to go to like a K Reno YouTube video and you look at his comments because people are like, oh my God, like I was fucking reborn. Like I like died and was reborn and fucking died. And then my homie picked me up and like I was fucking reborn. And my mind is changed now that I fucking, like, you know, people are like, this is the greatest thing I've ever heard and shit. You know, you can only hope that, like you said, you do it justice. But at the same time, that guy never made me feel like I wasn't just an equal to him and all of us. That was a great example of somebody, like somebody who could be called a legend or is called a legend by a lot of people. That it's like, damn, all right, cool. Every once in a while, you know, they end up being, like you said, like with Elda Sensei or like, you know, there's some ill dudes, you know, a couple that are really for the culture. Like I heard like Rob Digga, you know, people like that. Like there's some real dope heads that are actually supportive to us type of people because they understand they're not too far from where that was not only years ago, but still now they support like that, you know, and helping your neighborhood is a really dope fucking example of why it's important to get your city behind you or your area behind you to be an MC, to be any type of an artist, you know, if you have any type of influence, it's important to use that shit wisely, bro, because your voice does, you know, people are listening to you, like, and I'm saying to you too, not just people in general, people are listening to you, people are listening to me, you know, it's good to remind yourself, like, damn, okay, especially with the joint, and there's concepts, and there's this and that, like you said, being coherent, though, and that's what I feel like I take a lot of time in trying to do, is not losing the listener whenever I make my music. I try to get a coherent, like when I make a track, I try to keep you in that realm at least for the duration of that joint. But I might take your mind over here and I might take your mind over there, no matter which way it's going to fucking bring you. But I try to get complete thoughts out of the way, bro. You know, like you said when you first pulled up and you said it's about dope lyricism, but when it comes to like, if your bars, okay, I see people all the time. They're a dime a dozen. Nothing against them because I respect anybody that's wanting to MC anyway. But like, there's a dime a dozen dudes that are like a real raspy, punch you in the face type of like, beat you up like big, oh yeah, blah, 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 type of dudes.
Yeah.
And like, I respect the fuck out of that in a different way, you know what I mean? But I don't know, it's one of those things where originality right now is more important than ever. And it's crazy to look back at 30 years ago to see how many different styles there were, bro. I appreciate all the homies. What up, Nate? New Mexico, fucking Taos, New Mexico in the house.
Peace
You
to
know
everybody still tuned in and shit, yo.
yeah, thanks everybody. We rambling, you know. But no, it's
nah,
important.
it's cool, man. It's
like,
just spreading knowledge, man. Because I mean, at the end of the day, like I said, man, like you a role model, man. But that's the thing about hip hop. Like I said before, like I say this all the time, and it's probably fucking repetitive and shit, but it's all for good reason, man. Because at the end of the fucking day, man, like, gotta be yourself. Gotta be yourself. You know what I'm saying? And you can't be like everybody else. Ain't nobody gonna respect you if you be like everybody else's shit. Like it don't work like that. Like you said, originality is has purpose. Because you're showing who you are. And at the end of the day, I'm the same person on this shit as I am in person. Everybody that met me at the grind mode seen the same shit. I ain't on that shy shit or on that. Like, I'm a loud-ass Latino. Like, you know what I'm saying? I'm going to be loud as fuck, and I'm going to be
we're in the
loud as fuck.
fucking house. You know, they know you're in the building. That's the thing. They know you're in the building. I respect that shit all day.
You know what I'm
respect
saying?
that.
Like, you know what I mean? Like, I like that's how I look at it. Like, that's what hip-hop's about, man. It's just being yourself. And, you know, a lot of people lose that along the way. A lot of people don't even get to that point where they can divide themselves from their profession or whatever you want to call it, the business part of it. But then you got artists like Rusty Jukes, the homie Rusty Jukes, who dead ass, he lives his life exactly how he raps, showing price.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? All these artists, who they say they are exactly who the fuck they are. And that's what makes you a true hip-hop head, not even just an MC, a true hip-hop head, because you live in the culture, you're standing up for it, and at the same time, you fucking holding it down, like with the lyricism and just being an overall role model for the hip-hop community. Like, this is a motherfucking culture, man. Like I said, this shit is in the fucking veins. Like, a lot of people don't get that. And there's so many people that have lost wives, have lost money, all types of shit for this hip hop shit
Yeah.
because of the love for it. So you tell me, is this a fucking culture? It has to be, man. Because last time I checked, people was losing their wives over this shit. It's gotta
Facts.
be an addiction or something, man.
Hey,
Because that shit is wild.
and it takes a village, bro. With that being said, it really, like they say that it takes a village to raise a good child, right? I believe that shit in hip hop too, and that's what it is important to have a good foundation. I don't blame some people for not being educated on having a good start of how they want to be. You know, it almost is like some superhero, goddamn superhero shit about like finding your identity and putting your mask on. Like fuck, going taking your first outing is like your first joint, almost, you know, or something like that, or your first album, your first adventures or whatever. And you know, I had some friends around the time that I released my first album, which I couldn't have done alone. Can you hear me? Sorry, my
Yeah,
goddamn shit I
yeah,
got playing. I couldn't have done my first album alone. Like, you know, I couldn't have done that shit alone. You know, I would have still been working on my first album. I would have probably been mad dope with the pen by now, but, you know, I wouldn't have had any music. And now that I've learned to record myself, that's one of those things, regardless of where you're at with that person, like, you don't lose that gratitude. I'm really grateful by my mentors and shit in Silver City, in my little town. It was just, it came down to, you know, it just reminded me of any hip hop story from whenever you were first starting out that anybody's ever said. You know, it's the love of, you know, all of a sudden you just find yourself in a room again, just doing what you fucking love. You don't know why, right? Somebody's telling you some shit. And it takes a village, bro, because it's important to have a good foundation to learn of what to do, what not to do. I have people that tell me, wow, you know, they tell me like, you're easy as fuck to work with. I'll have producers, and not to like toot the horn, or it's not about that, but I'll send a joint over and I'll have them be like, yeah, it's mixed and everything. That's dope. We'll usually do like 1 or 2 mixes. We don't usually, unless it's for an album, then we fucking dive in. But you know, usually for other singles and shit, it don't take too much. I appreciate the mixing and mastering skills, by the way. But like, you know, it's just kind of what you come to fucking, that's what you come to expect with like coming up around excellent people that take it really serious, bro. I grew up around some really serious motherfuckers, and it took me a long time to develop, to get old enough to become serious. Like, I didn't think the 17-year-old me, and maybe that's a little bit of a stretch, but 15, 16, you know, 17-year-old you, I probably wouldn't want to be listening to, you know, I'll listen to whoever to check them out and shit, but as you get older, I'm not that old, but goddamn, as you get older, you become a man a little bit. You don't really want to be listening to, and I feel it a little with trap too. And in that way, I don't really want to be listening to too many like young cats really like rapping, like, because it's like experience. Hip hop has to do with life experience. You know, it's like I didn't want to put some bullshit out. Oh, this is from when I was like 13, rapping on some bullshit. You know, I just worked on my pen and I just worked on my craft, and I had studied so much, bro. And that's the funnest part about it too. It all comes to it. You can do it by yourself, or you could do it with your homies. And now technology, boom, you know.
yo, hip hop is life, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like on some real shit. Yo, I was not given the time of day when I was younger. I started when I was 11, and I'm now 37. You know what I'm saying? I was not given no fucking love. I would put out a beat, hand out BCDs, and no chance in hell would these people want to work with me. And you know what I mean? Even as an MC and et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And now look where the fuck I'm at, because people know what the fuck time it is. And that's all I'm saying. Anybody can do. If I can fucking come from nothing, everybody's got a chance and an opportunity. I mean, I'm not God and nothing, but from what I came from, a lot of MCs have came from what I've come from. You know what I mean? Getting put to the side burner and shit, put on the back burner and shit, not given opportunities, not allowing to express yourself, be who you are. A lot of us hip hop heads are fucking weirdos. Let's keep it real. Ain't nothing wrong. We don't fit into the normal crowd. You see these trap niggas, all of them, their fucking pants on hanging out, boxes all the way to their fucking chin. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
We all sitting here walking around saggy pants, fucking, you know what I mean? Like the fucking polo joint like you got on. Like we just chilling, mad comfortable. And we weird. We weird for that. We like anime. We fucking weird. We play video games at 37. We fucking
A lot of
weird.
us step it up. A lot of us is into food, you know, Prince Poe and shit. I always be, you know, that's what I appreciate. There's legends that be tapping in crazy If you need the fucking lamb chop recipe, hit print. Like, you know, shit like that. It's like, wow. You know, there's more interest. There's a lot of MCs, you know, Jackie the Motor Mouth from Eastern Conference All-Stars with like Cage and Copyright. Like,
oh, Jakai? Yeah, Jakai.
Jackie's dope as fuck, bro. Crazy MC, like early, like just rapid attack flow, that Copyright type shit. Like, I hit him up when I saw him on Facebook, like, oh, I had to fucking fanboy out, like, hey man, I just messaged him, you know, though. You know, like I had to message him like, hey man, I really appreciate what you've done. Like, thank you for what you've done. Just like, you still got any new music or anything like that? And you know, he told me straight like that. He just said, no, I don't do music anymore. I retired. That shit takes a lot of courage, by the way. But, and not to get too much in his business, but you know, he's like, hey, I picked up real estate. Now you just see him on his Facebook living the best fucking life. I appreciate that, if not more, just as much as being a successful MC all the way through however long you want to. You know?
Pretty much. I mean, like I said, man, hip hop's full of weirdos, man. Like, we don't fit in. So I mean, we used to be the weirdos in school, and everybody looking at us all fucking stupid. And now we the ones cool as fuck. And these niggas on the block still fucking pushing weed, or still, you know what I mean, fucking with this, and that. It's like, bro, like that shit was cool when we was young. We fucking grown ass men now. Like, you know what I mean? I don't give a fuck. Anime is anime. I'd rather watch that shit than be out on the fucking streets right now, man. That shit's dumb.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, I don't knock nobody hustle and shit, but I'm sorry, man. If you fucking 50 years old and you still pushing weed, bro, nah, man, that's not it. It ain't it. Yeah. You sitting on the corner, it's not fucking it, man. And that's the problem with our community now too. That's what a lot of people don't speak on either. It's like we're kind of self-inflicting our own damage sometimes. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'd rather do hip-hop than to go rob a fucking store. I mean, yeah, I could go do that, whatever, but that's just pointless. It defeats the purpose, especially I got kids, so I'm not going to do all that. I'm not going to push my kids into being a fucking hoodlum, street, whatever, you know what I'm saying? I'm pushing them into going to school, doing hip-hop, producing beats, keeping their mind right. That's what the fuck we need to be doing. Not that other dumb shit, like having your kids out here robbing people, doing drugs mad early. That shit ain't fucking cool, man. And that's not hip hop either.
Especially in this day, bro. Especially in this day and age. This shit's way different from even 10 years ago. Like, raising a kid now. Like, I don't suggest you let, you know, even back when, I don't try to let, you know, and like, I'm a uncle of, you know, I got like now 4 nieces and a nephew, you know what I mean? And, you know, on top of all that stuff, like, it gets busy. I got my chick and her kids, you know, and it's the biggest blessing, bro, is nurturing, you know, nurturing though, and like nurturing these kids' interests, right? You find what they're really interested in, and it's important to give them opportunities to fucking plant that seed, because like, I thanks to my Dukes, to my mom, always, not just for the ethics and the morals in life, but for real, to show me to have heart and to be a kind person and to be grateful with everything I do, bro. And, you know, it's a cliche, because I wouldn't take it as far as like waking up and being like, damn, all right, cool, I woke up. But man, I'm grateful as fuck for every opportunity, brother. And like, it's a broken record, but, you know, bouncing off of like mental health shit, you know, I never had any dependency issues. Like, I'm not into drugs like that. I always just smoke a lot of weed, which I'm blessed by, you know. My pops has been on and off with like drugs and alcohol my whole life. And before that, you know, love my pops to death, you know, but it's like, I've learned a lot from him and his rocky roads and shit, what not to do. And, you know, then depression is just that motherfucker that's the elephant in the room for a lot of people. And that's why it's something to be aware of. And it's a shitty thing to have to mention. But, you know, that's why I'm grateful all the time, bro, because I use willpower. The people around me, I use my love of the people all around me, bro, my family, my friends, and the support of everybody in my life, like, through that shit. And I've been doing good again, man, through a real hard time, you know, a couple years back. And it's smooth sailing as far as I can take it now, you know. It's like, and I hope that everyone's on that journey. It's not so much about that, but, you know, if you want to learn more about me as a person, that's what, you know, like Conduit, my homeboy right here, I hope he's still watching. You know, that's one of my best friends. Like, he's been there with me, standing there with me, bro. You know, out here in New Mexico, where I didn't know my head from my ass, literally ready. Like, you just don't know if you could be a speck with the stars and shit. Tomorrow, whatever, if I didn't care, I really appreciate my people that brought me back from that and were patient with me. You know, after like I lost my best friend, you know, it gets real personal, but we have backstories, you know, like do a fentanyl overdose. I lost my best friend, shook me the fuck up, fucked me up. And like, you know, I'm grateful for how far I've come. And now I do it all for my homeboy. I do it all for my hombre and for my family and just for life, you know what I mean? But depression's a tough one, bro. I'm saying this because I know that you can get over that shit if you're strong enough. Anybody can. And it's about, it does help so much to have support, you know? Don't take that shit for granted, is what you said earlier. I'm emphasizing that, you know?
Yeah, yeah, exactly what you said. I mean, I'll listen to that broken record all day. You know,
Yeah,
at the end of the
it's
day,
important.
you gotta look at life is the glass half full, man. There's no other way to look at shit. You know what I mean? If you sit there and only look at the negatives and not the positives, you're gonna only bring yourself down. It defeats the purpose. You know what I mean? You can't expand. You can't expand if you're just standing still. So,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? You gotta figure all that shit out, man. But yeah, I'm blessed. I mean, you as long as you have good friends, a good team, you know what I'm saying, a good shorty, you know what I mean? You got what you need. That's what life's really about, man. Fuck this money shit, man. Like, you can't, you know what I'm saying? Money's not going to keep you alive. Yeah, it could get you what you need, but you want to be technical, take your ass in the woods and go hunt deer. You know
Yeah,
what I'm saying?
straight
Like,
like that.
you know
There's
what I mean?
other options, exactly.
So
There's
I've been
other
seeing
ways.
some fucking people building fucking houses out of fucking mud and sticks. So if we can do that, the fuck we need the government for?
Facts. You know, yeah, I'm not the traditional type, bro. I totally, that's what hip hop is. You know, we are the outcasts of the shit. I'm not the traditional type. I believe in like whatever makes you feel successful as long as you're not fucking with my shit and
Mhm.
my people. And as long as you're not stepping on my toes and hurting me and like anybody around me, that's what is good about the mutual respect of doing this. Like, I'm looking forward to every connection, man. I want to do more of it. Making tracks is the funnest thing, like you're saying. I fucking recommend doing music to anybody who wants to get their mind off of some negative shit and going out there and just partying your life away. You know, even that, recreational. You know, I like you
Yeah.
get homies that you'll see every weekend at the bar, and it's like, damn, I hope that they got a hobby or something they can pick up because this helped me, man. I couldn't imagine
They
not having
doing
a
something,
hobby. You
yeah.
know,
They doing something and fucking looking at the bottom of that fucking Jack Daniel bottle and
straight
shit.
like
Like,
that. And it's whatever. Like, if you feel like you're successful like that, with that, I can't knock your fucking hustle, but I get so much enjoyment where I couldn't even imagine a life without something that feels this dope. And it's so fucking gratifying because you get the work that you put into it, man. I feel
mhm.
like as long as you're not expecting any unrealistic shit, like you're saying, that's what it's about, this whole segment. You know what I mean? Like,
It's all about being yourself, man. Like, just push out shit that you like. You know what I'm saying? You gotta push out your shit. If you don't love it, ain't no one else gonna love you. You know what I'm saying? It
yes.
doesn't work that way. You can't just push shit out and expect the people to love it. If you don't love your own shit, you're not willing to listen to your
Exactly.
own
If you're not
music.
gonna push your shit, nobody's gonna support it if you're not gonna do it. And like,
Exactly.
I'm still proud of all because that's what I appreciated about you is I could go and find your back catalog on your YouTube. I could find older joints, I could find newer joints, and all that shit. Like I said, all the beats I went through from old to new was all like, oh, this is my shit.
I got some
Not
shit. I
to,
got
you
some
know,
shit.
but goddamn, good ear for hard slapping fucking beats. And that's what I appreciate is from my first song I ever made, bro, and put out to my most recent joint or my most recent EP, whatever. I still am equally as proud of the first song as I am of my last song that I put out. And I still feel like I'll put that motherfucker on to represent who I am as an artist just as much as the new shit. Maybe you'll get a better representation of me now with the newer shit, but the old shit, I still believe in it. I wouldn't have ever put it out if I didn't fully believe in it. And that's what I think's different. Is guys like us, all we're waiting is for somebody to give a little bit of time, bro, to pay attention. And you don't have to give me all your time, but that's why when I post a song, you know, I'll say, hey, if you got, you know, like my EP, I say, hey, if you got 23 minutes of your day, because it puts it in perspective a little bit. And peace, altered, what's good, bro? But it puts into perspective. It gets people like, oh shit, you know, it is only 23 fucking minutes. Hey, why not? You know, I appreciate that 23 minutes. And it puts it in perspective for people. It's not a lot of time for us to, you know, not that that's what it's always about, but man, it is important to support your boys.
Yo,
Sheesh.
I'm like I said, I get in trouble all the time, man. because I have a habit of not shutting the fuck up. So at the end of the day,
Same.
it's like
Goddamn.
I'm gonna walk up on a legend and be like, "Yo, check this, check that." Like I don't give a fuck. Like you know what I mean? Unless it's one of those moments where it's obviously not the time for it, but that's what it's all about. You know what I'm saying? Like, you gotta represent yourself as if you know you're good, but don't be cocky. Like there's a difference between being arrogant as fuck from being hungry. You
Yeah,
can tell
sure.
when somebody's hungry, man. When somebody's hungry, they're gonna be in everything and anything. They're gonna attempt to. They're not gonna just fall back and just wait for fucking shit to fall in their lap. It don't happen that way. Especially not in this game. That shit don't happen. You gotta make the fucking opportunities. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, because back when ain't no one want to fuck with me, I met one of the illest DJs out here, my brother DJ AUT, and he gave me that wing. You know what I mean? He took me under his wing, like, yo, fuck everybody, your shit is hot. And you know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? I needed that. I needed to hear that because I was ready to give up. And I needed
That's
to hear
huge.
that you needed that type of team behind you to always be like, yo, just do what you do. Be good at what you do and be proud of what you do. Like me, like I said, I don't make tracks no more like that, but I like my older shit. I mean, it ain't the best shit, but you know what I'm saying?
Nah,
I
don't even trip.
appreciate it.
Yeah, I heard you flowing over like a classic Primo beat, I believe it was.
Oh
And
yeah,
just
that's. I'm
I only
embarrassed by that
freestyle
shit,
one
bro.
on
I
damn
ain't gonna
scene,
front.
but bro, come on, let's go, let's go. I was joking and shit, I was laughing. Well, I'm gonna have to bring this shit out and ask, but I was like, what's it gonna get, or what's it gonna take to get you back on the mic for a motherfucking 16?
Yeah, yeah. You give me a studio or engineer, I might get. I got some
It's just
unreleased
a
shit
means of access.
that's been sitting, yo. Like trust. But it's just I was embarrassed by that specific joint only because the family Smiley, the ghetto child, gangstar and shit.
Ah,
I
yeah,
didn't
yeah,
want
yeah.
him to hate that shit. Be like, the fuck is this? Because
Nah,
I was just
man.
fucking freestyling and having a good time and shit. but yeah, like I said, point taken. I put it up, did my thing. You know what I mean? Like that's what it's all about. Just being you. Like I'm not like you're only gonna stand out from the crowd if you stand out. You know what I mean? I mean, you have
You're
to
dope
really
for your
put
mind.
yourself out there. Like, and that's what the game is all about. It's not about money. Like, I feel like a lot of people will approach the situation wrong. They'll walk up on these legends, money, money, money. And it's like there is some legends that they will sacrifice their rep for taking that
Yeah,
money. But then there's other
crazy.
legends that will look at you like, what the fuck is this that you got me on? I'm not doing this.
Exactly.
Here's your fucking money back. We ain't doing this.
Yeah,
So
like
there
that
is,
shit gets illegal shit. Yeah. I
you know
respect
what I
that.
mean?
I respect
There is
that.
those things.
You have to fucking respect that. And it's crazy to see how public it is, bro, that some of these, like you said, like legends, people that were really dope. But you know, then it comes to that topic of like the other day I saw it on goddamn Facebook about like legends are subjective, you know they are. And that's what the homie Donnie had put too. I agree though. You know, it's like it is. And you know, I believe that there's legends in different times and different places and shit. But you know, there's something that is to be reiterated and not to take anything away from anybody. Because exactly, somebody could be a legend from some time frame, from some certain city, you know. But there was so many people. Just because you were like, just because you're rapping in the '90s, just because you were rapping in the '90s, doesn't mean you were like a fucking legend with, you know, the certain few like people like Grand Pooba and like, you
Yeah,
know.
yeah,
I don't
yeah,
mean to
yeah,
be like
yeah,
that,
yeah.
but there's, you know, there's a lot of
I know.
people that never
Yeah,
even had a
I
joint
know.
or never or had just like a single, and you got to respect that shit too because it was so much more difficult to get to a studio or pen some ill shit or get a joint. Like it was more investment. But yeah, you know, just because and this is why I respect the East Coast so much, not only with being the birthplace, but it's so much harder to MC because it's harder to stand out because there's so many more people and it's harder to shine. You know, like it's worlds apart from here because not a lot of people do it. So some people I feel like will support you just for the sake of the Southwest and shit, if that makes sense. Because the
Yeah,
Southwest gets grouped into like New Mexico, Arizona, a little bit of Texas, kind of like El Paso's like 2 hours away, and then motherfucking like Utah. Love my Utah homies, but shit like that. We're all so there's a little bit of you know, I wouldn't say competition really, but it's kind of like we're all three in a race to like claim a certain sound for the fucking region or something. It's weird, bro. There's people who frontline the hip hop shit, but it's certain they're in a certain niche. You know, they kind of sit in their certain vein. There's not too many real just like, you know, you couldn't really tell me what New Mexico hip hop sounds like unless you tapped in my part of the state. And I don't mean to be like that to be cocky, but there's a lot of ill MCs from this particular town that you could get a really great representation of what I wouldn't just call it Silver City hip hop, but like Southwest New Mexico hip hop sounds like. And I'm proud of that, bro. We're building onto something. We're trying to be distinct, you know? It's important.
They're doing a fucking good job with it, man. Like I said, the fucking EP is fire. So I mean,
Appreciate
that's just my opinion. Because I mean, like I said, I'm a bit of a dick when it comes to what's that word? Criticism. But I mean, a lot of my shit is constructive criticism because. You know what I mean? If I like something, I might point some other shit out. Could have changed this. Could have changed that. The only thing I would have to admit about it is that kind of got me a little upset was it should have been longer. It should have been an album. But other than that, man, the beat selections, the flows, the hooks, and you even got a little interlude in there. I didn't know. I thought I was waiting. Yo, it was so fucking dope. The Moonlight joint. It was so dope. I was waiting for y'all to hop in and spit some fire, but it was just an interlude. I was like, yo, damn, like I was so
I'm glad you
hyped.
appreciated that one. I want to say real quick, I'm glad you appreciated that one. Like I said, it's important to sprinkle. You know, when I pick up an album, you love like mystic interludes, or I love shit that takes your brain somewhere where you might be half asleep and you hear that little fucking sparkly ass jingle. You're like, damn, what was that song from again? You hear it again, you're like, oh shit. Appreciate that. And Brazilian, she was like a Brazilian opera singer. BK's homegirl. She fucking killed it, bro.
Yo, you guys need to have her on a hook. You need to have her in a beat in the background while y'all rapping, because it gave me not to what the fuck is that? Not to compare and contrast or whatever, but like it gave me a sense of nostalgic because
dope.
Like one of my favorite albums is Jedi Mind Tricks. You know what I mean? The Violent by Design. And if you listen to how their interludes were, it was like that, where it would have the vocals in it, it would have just stuff. You would expect Benny to just hop in and smash shit, but it would just be an interlude. That's how it made me feel, and I was like, oh shit. I'm like, yo, they about to drop some shit. And it was like, oh, it's an interlude. I'm like, damn. I'm like, damn, oh, yo, if y'all could, y'all should go back and actually spit over that. I would love to hear that shit. Straight up and down.
Oh, good idea, bro. We might have to redux that shit, like reprise. Do a reprise.
Fuck
Appreciate the idea, Bones. If you're hearing, listen to the man, dog. Listen to the man.
Yo, that shit will be fucking cracked, man, because that I was so surprised. I was like, this is an interlude. Like, I was like, yo, this shit is fucking crazy, man.
I gotta mention, too, not to cut you off real quick, I gotta mention that, because this is where you gotta give your flowers for real, is that BK, he played live bass on the whole album. Because like I said, we're both instrumentalists. This guy's like a fucking wizard. So we played the live bass. And like, if you do go back, since you purchased it, thank you so much, bro. You'll like listen to it with that ear, knowing that it's on that live bass. When you hear that interlude, you'll be floating like a motherfucker. Feel like you're on a
I did, yo. I'm not gonna fucking lie. I had a horrible ass day, man. I had a horrible day, bro. And on some real shit, yeah, that shit, that EP really kind of, it definitely helped me out. Like, it definitely made me feel like it made my night make up for the whole entire fucking day. The bullshit.
Thank
so
you,
I definitely appreciate that. And everything about it was fucking just ill, man. Like the fucking album cover is crazy. I was like, what the fuck? I was like, yo, listen, this will be a dope vinyl. Y'all should make that into a, that's a dope ass shit, like a dope cover and shit.
I'll plug it real quick that we're working on. So BK just got the layout for the cassettes. We're gonna just bleed some information, and we're working on a little OBI to be fancy pants, guys. You know, the little OBI strip for the cassette, that little paper cardboard looking thing, it'll look dope. Get some shit on there. I'm working on it right now. I gotta be after this. Like I'm trying to, after this, get in the fucking zone with it. But we're gonna do like this limited cassette run, and then we're gonna do some CDs, and then we'll try to fund up to the vinyl. We were thinking about doing like a, that pre-order shit, but I don't want to do that to everybody. I don't really like having to order some LP and then 3 months later you get that shit. I appreciate the support, but I just don't want to have to run anybody's pockets before I have anything in hand. But we're definitely trying, and we're gonna number those bitches. And you got my word, I'm gonna send you a copy for show.
Yeah, you sign that shit, bro. I throw that shit up on the wall, right in my son's room, yo. Cause they collecting vinyls and shit. I'm trying to collect some shit, man. Like you know what I mean. So I definitely, man. Like I said, for those that haven't, man, definitely check out that album, man. Like I fucking our Bandcamps, the most recent release with Bones and shit, BK Bones and shit. You got a couple of features and shit. You don't got a lot. You don't got a lot of features, which is actually cool too, though, because you know what I mean. Y'all could have spent the dough and get like extra niggas and shit on it, but you didn't. You kept it just you two. So I appreciate that too, because it shows your caliber as an MCs, as MCs, because you didn't need to go out there and pay $500 for such and such verse or some shit. So,
well, I take inspiration from. Thank you for that. I take inspiration from, like, I think of, Riggs and Mooch, The Cloth. Like, those dudes, like, The Cloth, Riggs and Mooch up in Rochester, New York and shit, is that? I don't know if I'm butchering the fucking name, but these guys, Riggs and Mooch, bro, check them out. Mooch, if you haven't checked them out. These guys, their group, like, their collective is called The Cloth, right? And they just rock. Like, they still rock with other MCs and shit. But mostly you'll check out their fucking project, and it's just, I love that you can get familiar with the few of them. It's more like, I want the listener to get familiar with the people that I actually fuck with. Like, I fuck with a lot of people as far as we're all in the game together, and hopefully down the road we can all work and shit. But like I said, Grave Wax is where I'm trying to put my focus in building, because I got some brothers that are really serious about making good music, and we all just be tripping out on how we're proud of what we're making, dog. Like, we're proud of what we're fucking making, and not to toot the horn, but we're just happy. It helps us sleep. I'm glad. I just go to bed happy that, man, I got to collect, or I got to, click up with some dope collectives and creatives and shit. And so Donnie G and Emerge the MC, those are the two features that I had on there. I wanted to show me and Emerge. We got all kinds of joints. We got a music video out right now. We got a bunch of like joints starting to form up, and you're going to see more of it, and you're going to hear more of me and Emerge. And he's from Brooklyn originally, right? He's down in Georgia. But, I'd be damned, like, you hear him jump on the track, and it's like a little more unorthodox, like, Ghostface type of a feeling. You're like, oh, this is definitely on some kind of weird Ghostface shit, I feel like, Love what those guys do. They push me to work harder. Like, they'll do an overnight, they're like a Taiyam Mudenku type dude. They'll get you a verse in, like, 8 hours overnight, or you know what I mean? Some shit. You just send them a beat, the next morning they got it. You're like, now I gotta stop being lazy and get my fucking part in there. All right,
Yep, I know how that be.
Yeah,
Well, I was gonna ask you was you got a favorite track off of that EP?
Do I?
Yeah, you got a favorite off of the EP, like one that sticks out to you.
Yeah, and it's crazy because it's something about me, right? I'm trying to break off of, but not really. I like to have a range. I'll tell you right now, I got to explain it. It's like, I like to have a range of tracks. Like, you'll hear a lot of differing feelings and differing approaches, but that Blackwater Mist, that wicked fucking Blackwater Mist one, that more like barred out, it was track 4. It's after that God DNA one. That's my favorite one. Because like you, the Jedi Mind influence, the Sean Price, like the Wu, the Grave Diggers, that type of murderous shit. I wanted to show that I have a unique way of brandishing that. It's important that it's almost that battle freestyle MC that it's like, just some wicked bars. I like that.
Some dope ass strings in it, man. Like, that shit was just mad dark. I'm like, yo, this shit is like, this is some slap you in the face shit. So I definitely appreciated that. I mean,
and I got one more thing about it. Pardon me. So the Blackwater Mist is from it's Garlic Jr. from Dragon Ball Z, from like back in the day, one of the first Dragon Ball Z movies. So the Blackwater Mist, was that shit that's making all the animals go berserk at this fool. Sorry to get nerdy, but Garlic Jr. unleashed the Blackwater Mist, had all them motherfuckers all rabid and shit. I just thought it was an ill type. I was like, let me hit him with the Dragon Ball Z. You know, I
That's
had to
fucking
hit him
crazy.
with the
Yeah.
sensu beans and all that. Because I love that.
Yeah.
Like you said, it sprinkles a little bit of what you're into. You're going to hear what I'm into whenever you listen to my music. No doubt, you know?
Yeah, shit's crazy. I like that you brought that into the EP and shit. Like that's dope. Um, like I said, I'm an anime head, so I love anything anime. So that's just dope. I personally, I don't think I ever seen that. I think I seen pieces of that movie, unfortunately, because I don't know, it was a weird time for me. Um,
Yeah, that was some early shit. That was like the back in the day, you know? That was like, yeah,
I
one
mean,
of the
because I
early
was
shit.
more into like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I was more like that was way, way back and shit. But yeah, my shit was always the BoJack saga, the Brawley saga. You know what I mean? Like the
Fuck yeah.
trilogies. Like those were my go-tos and shit. The Garlic Jr. I mean, it was dope. I
It was
mean,
just
I
so
didn't really.
early, though. It was so early that it
Yeah,
was real primitive. So it's like, damn, somebody's
yeah,
talking.
exactly, yo. So it's like, you know what I mean? Like, I'm glad you did that. Then I didn't know that. Now you making me want to go back and watch the shit, so
Yeah.
I can, you know what I'm saying? So I can really get a better appreciation for it then, because I don't
Sure.
recall ever seeing the full movie, to be honest with you.
Oh. Yeah, I
So
want to say it was that Dead Zone movie. I could be wrong. I think it's called Dead Zone.
yeah,
But yeah, check it
I think
out.
it's
You
Dead
know,
Zone.
you just type in, this is full name Garlic Jr. You know Dragon Ball Z silly as shit with their, like, vegetables and shit. You know, they got mad vegetables, Vegeta, Kakarot, he's a goddamn carrot. I think shit just funny, but that's what it is too, is pop culture, right? Like you said, culture, emphasis on the culture. Hip hop culture is my favorite of all of them. But we all been fans of pop culture, I feel like, and it seems you have been, I'm sure, since very little as well. You came up in the best time to be into pop culture, bro.
Yeah, fuck yeah.
You know?
Fuck yeah. I mean, to this day, I still feel like, yo, the illest artist to ever pass away in my book has always been Michael Jackson. I don't give a fuck what no one got to tell me, man. Like, that man was everything. That man was for the community. Like, I mean, he did a lot of fucked up shit, but I don't look for all that. I'm looking for the positive he did, and also the music in general, man. Like, it was some heavy shit. If you really
The
sit there and
legacy's
listen to the
crazy.
album.
His legacy's crazy, right? Respect.
Mhm.
Like from the smallest age, that's what trips me out about him too. It's like I couldn't imagine being like little as fuck and they're like, yo, you gotta go sing, you gotta go to like singing class or you gotta go practice and shit. I'm like, nah.
I'm saying. I
Damn.
mean, you know what I mean? Like I said, I don't know about all that other shit. All I know is that man, his music. Yeah, I was upset. I was hurt when this nigga passed away. So it's like that was my era. You know what I mean? And then the hip hop, the '90s, like all that era and shit. It's coming back though. It's coming back. A lot of these newer rappers and MCs are starting to reappreciate what was the roots. So
Right.
you know what I mean? So it's definitely, you know what I mean? I just heard they're re-releasing the Prodigy joints, which is a fucking
Mhm.
blessing because we need that. We need that because
Yeah.
shit he was spitting was fucking real heavy. And it
Yeah.
really made sense. So I'm glad. I'm definitely glad for that.
Exactly. It's like
But,
his contributions weren't taken for granted, bro. It's important. It's like that's
exactly.
politics. That's the shitty thing about streaming services. That was dope to see. Yeah.
Yeah,
Fucking Mob
exactly.
Deep, man. And they got such an essence. It's such a that's where you think about a legendary thing or a legendary place and time. You know, so synonymous with like the woo shit at the same time. I love Mob Deep. I love thinking about New York, any of that time, bro. Pun, Big L, like shit was just crazy. I bet back then, man, over there. I'd never been to the East Coast. I try to respect like that's the thing. You know, being out here in the Southwest, we're so much more of an outsider too, even at that. But I feel like I'd be welcomed in the East Coast. I'd only hope. You know, I'd love to go like fucking rock a cipher or go like fucking do some joints and like I'm the type of dude to where my whole studio is mobile and it's super easy. It's not like it's a fucking studio, but like I use that Chaotica eyeball that's behind me back there, and that thing gives me a lot of suppression. And then I got a decent enough microphone, laptop. Like I recommend anybody that's emceeing to just do the same. It only cost me like it was a collection over time, but you know, it only cost me fucking under about 1,000, bro, for what I needed to be successful with what I do. And like, I'm rambling, but bro, I sit on the light version of Ableton because that's all I need. I don't need more than like 8 tracks. It sounds silly as shit, but my tracks come the fuck out just fine. I feel like I haven't had anybody tell me like, yo, I feel like I was listening to that shit and it sounded like it was bounced off of Ableton. Like, no, everyone's totally fine. I don't really, like I'm working on Logic. I know how to work Logic Pro and everything. Of course, it's easy. It's a lot like it. But I choose to stay on some more simple shit so I can record my fucking vocals and I can get them sent off. And it's
Bro, I'm
better
still
doing it
using
than not at
FL
all.
Studio 9. Like, I don't fuck with this newer shit. Like, I still got Cakewalk 6 point something. Like,
Damn.
so I'm motherfucking, I'm
Damn.
not old
Respect.
school, bro.
Respect. Respect.
Motherfucking stubborn, yo. Everyone's like, yo, get that fucking FL Studio 2022. Nah, fuck that. I'm good right where the fuck I'm at. Like,
Shit's overpriced. I mean, not to be like that. I don't know anything about that, but god damn. I don't have the money to be doing that.
I'm saying, yo, my shit, yo, I can't, let me not even snitch on myself, but yeah. Yeah. I mean, I got that, whatever you want to, yeah. I got that shit without having to pay, so yeah, I'm happy with my, I'm
Like, not to
happy
go
with
on
my
record or
shit.
nothing, but
Yeah, we ain't snitching though, you know what I mean? I paid what I paid and I did what I did, but but back to
yeah.
the EP though. I think one of my favorite joints was No Epitaph. Yo, like I don't know why, but
Oh,
the piano, the lyrics, the hook, everything was just well structured, yo. Like it was well put together for me. And like I said, definitely the Moonlight, the
mhm.
Moonlight joint, because yeah, y'all need to do a remix, man. Like, yeah, do that for like an EP special. If you're gonna be dropping cassettes, fuck it, make it a bonus track.
So what my goal with it, brother, was I have a quick question about that track, that Moonlight one. My vision was it whenever I heard the beat originally, because it's so far from like the original beat that he sent me is so far from the finished joint. We added so much. The musicality is huge from BK. Like he mapped out the vocals and sent them to the chick. Like, it's not gonna not to, it's just so much meat, but bro, I gotta tell you, this guy's I gotta give him credit. He is fucking dope. Not to discredit the vocalist. We needed a female vocalist, and that's what we needed. But it's crazy when you get to people that's like, yeah, my producer like did a vocal take of him just talking the fucking vocals and sent it to the lady and she like operaed that shit up, right? But what my question is, do you feel the same way? My vision with this song was to make something that felt like it was off of a fucking record that you dug and got from like the dollar. I want to say, but like a 70s soul bin or some shit, like a dollar bin, like, oh fuck, something to like sample. I hope that it gets sampled or something. It's something like that. I
It
wanted it to be
sounded,
something where it kind of brings you back or it feels like you're in a different genre. I didn't want to feel like I was in a 2022 like Coke rap album or some shit. I wanted it to feel like, oh, it's like some older shit or something. Like, who's this lady? Ill.
it sounded like on some real shit. I really had to run it back a couple times because I was fooled. I was fooled the first time around listening because I legit thought y'all sampled it off a horror record, or I thought y'all sampled it because like it just sounded so well blended. It didn't sound like it was somebody recording it live. It sounded like it was off of vinyl. So I had to go back and back like, hold up a second. I'm like, yo, that's somebody singing that shit live, like on the actual beat. It's not a pre-recorded back in the day shit. So that shit was ill. Like it
Fuck yeah.
definitely threw me the fuck off. Like it sounded like that shit is so fucking ill. if y'all would have if y'all was just to submit that for like a horror movie or submit it for something like that, I'm pretty sure they would pick this shit up in a heartbeat because it sounds like it belongs in a movie, like the way it sounds and shit. So
It's a
definitely,
theatrics to it, huh? That one kind of feels a little more theatric with the delivery and shit. Word.
it sounded like an old school Saint Seiya soundtrack joint. If you listen to the Saint Seiya joints,
Hey,
there's one that sounds kind of
that
like
Yu Yu
that, but
Hakusho. I don't know if you know
yo,
that Yu Yu Hakusho, but
yo,
that's my bop. If it sounds like some old 80s ass, like almost like Shaka Khan, Whitney Houston, that shit, two is gonna kill. Like I like the anime for that too. That's where I feel like we appreciate those old school bangers on multiple levels. You're like, damn, this sounds like that old anime theme song I used to. It's the nostalgia too. I feel like that 80s, 90s moments in hip hop sampled from some of the similar things that they were doing in Japan at the same time. Like Japan doesn't have a time frame.
Yeah, yo, definitely, yo, Marz, follow the homie 88 Blessed too. He got some fucking fire, yo.
Most good, Bless. Appreciate you, bro. Yeah, I'm gonna follow him back, man. Let me see if I can do it right now, or I might have to just do it after this. Huh?
He's actually one of the cats that I met for the first time at that Grimo cipher and shit. Like, so he a good brother and shit. That's fam right there.
Yeah,
but
love Grimo, man.
Yeah, that shit. Yeah, that EP, man. That shit is crazy, man. Like that's what I said. The only real picky shit about it, like I said, was just I thought I was hoping it was gonna be an album and shit. You know what I'm saying? Because I didn't know what to expect. I didn't know what to expect. And then as listening to it, I got to the last track, and I'm like, damn, man, I wanted more. I'm not gonna front. I wanted more tracks. I'm like, shit. See, that's my problem too. Like the EPs, I love. Like when I get involved in the EPs, I want a whole album, man, because like I like that side A to side B shit. Like I like that double sided. Like I like that shit because it's this. You know what I mean? Because you know if you bang it in a whip, it's like you want a wide variety of shit, and when it's kind of squeezed into 6 tracks, sometimes it makes it hard to really, like, you know what I'm saying? Like the rewind value is gonna be easy because it's 6 tracks, so you could always rewind, and you know what I'm saying. But when you have a whole album, it gives so much wider variety, especially with the beats, with the feel of it, the flow of it, and then it just gives more space to really get to know the artist and shit. I feel like 6 tracks is like it's a teaser in a way, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm guessing that's kind of what you guys are going for, like, just to give a little sample, you know what I'm saying? Like, you at the supermarket and shit, like, yo, here, try this, but you ain't getting the whole shit.
Like, the potent, I want to show it's potent, too, and that's important. Like you said, whoever could, or like I was saying earlier, whoever could lend an ear, like I lend an ear to you, and you're right in my fucking district of just the stuff that I love to make, and the people you work with as far as MCs, I feel like in that very similar category as far as caring about the lyrics, caring about the delivery, caring about the cadence. And it's just that I'm ashamed that you have to, like, you know, it should be a fucking given, right? And it should be just a natural thing. It's like, yeah, you should care about these things. But there's so many MCs out there now, and there's so many projects out there now to where not everybody does have the fundamentals to know to care about those things. Quality control's important. Telling your homie, say you're on a joint with somebody, telling your homie, like, yo, I love that verse, but and it happens in my circle. That's why I love these guys, because we'll be honest with each other. Like, oh, you know, I love that verse, but like, try it. Maybe could you try from like a different approach, or from this approach? And like, we give each other constructive criticism that always pays off, and it always wins. If you let your ego get into it, or feel like, oh man, like I should, you know, don't let anyone else dictate it too much. But it's important to have honest people that aren't going to be the yes men in your life and just be like, oh, that's ill, bro, that's ill. Like, who the fuck?
I'll never be that.
There's a lot of dudes just like,
I'll never be that.
You can spit, you know?
I mean, yeah, exactly. You can't grow if you have yes men around you, where everything is yes, 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 yes. It's like you can't fucking grow as an MC. You can't even grow as a fucking man.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? It intertwines with real life. If people were sitting here saying yes to everything, oh, you the best in the fucking world, just leave me alone type shit, it's like, you're not helping nobody. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
it's important to know you're dope. It's important to know you're dope. But just keep doing it. Like you say, I promise that. Though. You're going to get more. You're going to get more. I agree with you, because I feel like in some ways, I feel like we rushed the, sorry, I got some background noise with this goddamn thing. I'm trying to wait for the motherfucker cycle out real quick with the water heater and shit. Sorry, dog. But, you know, we do it in the lab, really. But out here in the goddamn, you know, pick a spot where we can out here. But, nah, bro, it's just a blessing to be a part of, you know, what we're doing. And no, I believe, like, I was just as disappointed as you were that we kind of rushed dropping it in a way. What I think saved us in the state of mind at the moment, right, was that the artwork was just so filthy. And we're like, and I agree with that. You know, this guy, Filth, his name's Filth Effigy, EFFIGY, Filth Effigy. Check him out on motherfucking Instagram. And he does all this hand painted on canvas. Like, that was hand painted on canvas. So
yo, that's crazy.
Yeah, I'll post the progress picture of what he did when he's painting that shit from scratch, and it's just, we believe in that whole product, you know. We don't want some kind of recycled concept, and that's hard to avoid, but we don't want a recycled, you know, fucking image that you can pull off of Google for our artwork. It's important, you know, branding yourself all the way through.
Oh yeah, most def, man. I mean, I kind of figured it might have been hand drawn, but because it looked so like, I don't even know how like what the word is for it, but it looked so like crazy. Like it didn't look like it was something that just mixed matched with other shit, like other pictures. It looked like it was made that way. So that shit was definitely dope, man. I mean, like I said, I'm not mad at the fact y'all dropped it early. I can only imagine you probably have way more tracks that you want to add in, but it's all good. I mean, because like I said, I'm talking from a fan's perspective. Like at the end of the day, I like the shit, and like now, I mean, any artist that I really listen to and I like this shit, I always like more of. Like it's just, you know what I mean, like the shorter track, like, 'cause, you know what I mean. In my line of work, I'm driving hours for hours and hours. I'm driving 5 hours a day. So
Yeah, damn.
when a track listening is short, it's hard. And then I gotta stop working and switch, rewind it. You know what I mean? So when it's longer, you jam to 16, 14 tracks, it's a fucking blessing. Cause then I can sit there and just blast the shit and just fucking chill the fuck out. So it's like, but it's definitely, it's dope. And I love the titles, man. I forgot to mention that. I love the titles because
Thanks, dude.
you're not recycling that either. You're not saying here like, oh, the blueprint or fucking, you know what I mean? Like you saying here, you had a like, I don't know how to say that. Was it Hermes heel or Hermes?
Yeah, Hermes heel. Yeah, the Hermes heel. Yeah.
I always get that fucking name wrong for some reason with the Greek mythology. But
nah, you're good. It's like potato shit. I feel like
you know what I'm saying? But the fact that you named it that and then brand of sacrifice, God DNA, like I ain't never heard these titles before. Blood, like you said, Blackwater Mist. These are all titles I've never heard anybody use before. So I appreciate that too. Like I'm a fan, man. I pinpoint everything. I try to because that's just that's what I feel like an artist would appreciate. Like if you know what I'm saying, anyone could just say an album's dope, but when you sit there and actually pinpoint things you really like about somebody's shit and tell them about it, it raises the appreciation for them. Like, you know, man. At the end of the day, because shit, you deserve the fucking respect. At the end of the day, all the shit y'all put together on that shit, that track list and everything is fucking is dope.
Appreciate it so much, dog. For real, man. You know, it's like I fucking swear, like, cause we don't perform a lot out here. So we went up to Colorado. We got to perform. It was in front of like the smallest fucking bit of people, and like I was so happy because I looked down, right, and I'm rocking. And it's 5 people from my fucking home city, bro, that like live up there now. And they're just rocking with me. And it's all about that. Just one person. I do not give a fuck. Thank you so much for that because it's not like I feed off of that. But dude, it fuels me. It fuels me in the best way just to want to do more fucking work. Sev Soprano, by the way, right here. That's the dude. Seven Soprano. We got a joint. I don't want to let nothing out, but we got a joint. And it's fucking insane.
Yo, like, you need to stop teasing niggas, man. You're making me itch. You're making me itch, man. Because you know what I'm saying?
If anybody needs information or you need confirmation on if this guy could flame a 16 for your producer project, ask that man. I say it with confidence. Dude, hey, I'm working on it. I can't. You know, I was telling motherfuckers, I don't know if you saw my post, but my laptop, it's not this one I'm using my chicks, but my laptop's fucked up, bro. It's super fucked up. It's like a hazard. I posted it the other day, and then everyone was like, yo, you need to fucking get a new laptop before that thing like blows up in your face. I'm like, yo, dude, hey, I've been like my brother came in like 6 months ago. I can't exaggerate how stupid I am, I guess. But the thing's like bulging out. The battery's like overheated, so it's bulging out. And bro, I used to keep it on overnight with like anime and shit to fall asleep. I've been like poking where it's all coming through. And my brother, he came through. He's like, that will fucking explode in your face. You need to be careful. That's like serious. And so I didn't poke it anymore. Yeah, I stopped poking it. And then I posted it, man. I didn't realize this thing. They said like this is an immediate hazard, and you need to remove that motherfucking laptop from your house, and like, God forbid, and have mercy on your soul, all this shit. I was like, damn, I got grilled by the fucking internet. Shit went like viral.
Yo, you became your own meme and shit.
Dude, I'm saying, and then it sucks. I have not a whole lot to go behind other than just the dedication, right? I'm like, shit, I try to be careful. I don't turn it on for very long, but like, you know, I'm not trying to say I'm willing to risk a goddamn house fire, but fuck, I'm trying to record the joint, and I got time frames, and I try to stay within the time frames, you know. But that's no.
Yo, I got a laptop in my closet right now, bro, where the hinges completely broke off almost, and the fucking whole inside of that shit's popping out. Like, I'm still gonna use that shit because it's for hip hop. So,
yeah,
you know what I'm saying? But yeah, if it's gonna cause a fire, man, I would get a new one, to be honest with you. I mean, hip hop is life, but you know, life is more important than
yeah. I'm not trying to Tupac martyr myself with the home pressure cooker fucking computer. Like, you know, I'm going to go check it out. I had a couple people that told me to, like, hey, I could actually go swap that out for you in town if you need. So I'm going to hit it up. You know, it's important. That's important, too. Don't be like me. Don't give, you know what I mean? Don't be like me. If anyone,
we ain't trying to see you on the motherfucking news tomorrow and shit after your interview. Yeah, hey, fucking house fire, because hip hop.
The shit that they're gonna find on that computer, I'm not talking about nothing suspect. I'm talking about bars. They're gonna be like, oh, like, hey, they're gonna save the fucking, they're gonna pull up the file, the session, and they're just gonna be like, God, that's some heat.
No, we're gonna name your next album the melted computer chips. Oh shit, that shit is wild, man.
Yeah. You said No Epitaph was your favorite one?
I would say so, man. I mean, they're all dope in their own way. Like, like they don't all sound the same, which is perfect. Like, they don't all have the back to back to back. Like, oh, I can't distinguish which one is which. It's more so there's flavor in each track. So I appreciate the fuck out of that. But yeah, I mean, like I said, man, I mean, if you guys are gonna drop cassettes, man, like I said, if you can do me any type of favor, do that remix, man. Drop that bonus track shit, man, because like I said, I'm telling you right now, that shit, I think that shit would make history. Like the way it sounds like it could be used for movies too. Like I said, man, you could probably, like, if you were to really do a good job, like when you spit on the shit, that if you were to do the remix, you could probably even drop that shit on anime soundtracks, yo. Like.
Yeah. Damn, that's inspiring, brother. It's fucking inspiring. Thank you. Yo, hey, rest assured, man, that's what it is. That's these connections, too. I'm not the type of dude to say, oh, that's a good idea, and then, like, turn my back and not fucking do it. Like, that's a dope idea, and I'm not going to tell you it's dope if I don't believe that's ill. That's one of those beats that I regretted. Not really regretted. I love the interlude. But like you're saying, as an MC, you ever have a beat that's like an interlude or you hear it, it's like, damn, I wish I could have heard him spit on that one. Just like you said.
I mean, Jedi Mind did it, yo. Because Violent by Design, they had the original Heavenly Divine, and then right at the end, they had the bonus tracks, Heavenly Divine remix, Retaliation remix. It's like, you know what I mean? So,
Exertion, yeah, all that shit, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, so it's like, we don't got too much of that in hip-hop no more, where they're adding an extra remix or an extra bonus track that was relevant to the album. Most of them are just throwing random tracks just on there just to get the shit out. But like, I feel like if you was to do that, I think that shit would make motherfucking history. Cause that shit, that's some real dope shit. I think that it definitely has the rewind value as just an interlude. So if y'all was to rap on it, it's money in itself.
Yeah, bro. Got to expand the horizons, huh?
No doubt, no doubt. So yeah, I had just like a few more questions to ask. And shit, I'm not gonna take up too much of your time.
No worries. Yeah, I'll hold you up to you.
I was gonna ask you, who do you see yourself in the future working with, or who would you like to work as a bucket list?
Like realistically.
In general, like, because I do see you going places. You got the potential to go exactly where you need to, where you want to be. So I do see you. I could see you working with a Premier. I could see you working with a Pete Rock. I could see you working with, you know, in Asia, Planet Asia. Like, so who, if you had that opportunity, who would you want to work with?
Damn, you know, I'd probably work. To be honest, shit, who I, because it's so many influences from like so many people are fucking killing it. I'd probably say if I had a chance to do something with RJ Payne, like, you know, realistically, because I see him being here for a long time too, and already what he's put out has just been insane, right? His output's been insane. But probably RJ Payne, fucking, and I don't think that it's too far off, like, because I don't like to be unrealistic, and I love the legends of earlier times, but you know, it's like people right now that I like to, that are active, that I feel like are more feasible, that are really making waves right now is like hopefully dudes like you know, Elzai and shit like that, you know, hopefully, and two more. I'm gonna say two more actually that I'm determined that I want to put out there to work with is Kev Brown. I want to get on the Kev Brown beat and just pop it up because I think it'd be really fun and more of a soulful joint. I just love Detroit, like, feels, you know what I mean, like that type of style. And Ken Starr is an ill spitter, so I want to do a joint with Ken Starr. I don't think it's that far off. Like, that's the kind of shit that, you know, be realistic, these guys that are like just got enough bars to build a fucking correctional facility, bro, you know. Evidence.
No, hell yeah.
Yeah,
Then
right
we gotta
there.
get it. Shit.
That's it. I say evidence. That's like a very high, you know, that'd be like one of the most, like, I'd feel very fulfilled. I'd feel like that'd be the best, you know, just like you said, like almost a premiere type of thing. If I could work with Evidence on an Evidence beat, that'd probably be a real highlight for me, man. Like, or just with him on a joint or something like that. Or even just for him to hear something I did and be like, no, that shit was trash. Or like, hey, that was dope. Or like, I didn't have shit to, you know, who knows? What up, Dan Cool? What up, brother?
Thanks. Dan Cool, what's good, brother? I was gonna ask you, man. I know it's kind of on the spot, but it is Freestyle Friday. Would you be down to drop some bars?
Yeah, dude.
No doubt. Let's
Yeah,
hear some
just
more
some
fucking
acapella
fire.
bars or what?
You whatever you want to do, acapella. You want to throw on a little beat, whatever you feel like doing.
What do people usually do? Just acapella?
Yeah. I mean, only for the quality, the audio quality, because if you don't got the
Yes.
beat in the background, you can hear you more clearly or whatnot.
Yeah. Let's do it. Something off top. Yo.
Yeah.
I spit it limitless. Venomous minds, cynicless shit. Motherfuckers got appendages, spine, rip them in backwards. Motherfuckers actors in mind. I ain't no Johnny Depp, Amber Heard, shit in the courtroom. These motherfuckers abuse you. I run through with 4 dudes, mad vocal, anesthetics and all that. Reconstructed double, motherfuckers is ball caps. I'll take your wig back, spray it on telekinesis. You know, we all thesis. You know, I'm gonna peep this. You hoes is all deep in sharks in the water. We jaws, we spark harder. These motherfuckers is harder. I'm automatic like my dryer. These motherfuckers is getting so high on by the water here. These motherfuckers are each arm like telekinesis. I'm hype. Telekinesis, this my might. Maybe because my knees is so high, because I'm hype. I'm fucking around. I don't know. I don't even know why. I'll spit a bar off the top, and I don't even know guy next to me. Sparking by, I'll probably freestyle about him. I'm seeing imaginary friends. I'll probably peephole around them. Fuck around, and I crowd him. Crowd control. Hit him with the double gauge. Crowd your soul. Black and bro, I meant black and brown, leave you black and blue. Motherfuckers couldn't attach you to all black, you dudes in black and crews. I'll smack your fools. Jehovah Witnesses too, fuck it. I ain't no syndicate fool, but I've been business in full. Southwest, that's what the rhythmic shit do. Shouts to Supreme, the Almighty, the High and Mighty. Motherfuckers know that we all shiny. Peace to mighty mind, it's all grimy. I'm all gaudy. These motherfuckers are all shoddy. I bust it. Now that's some rubbish. You ain't no UK rappers. I can't rhyme with fuck shit. I'm not. I'm sorry for the last part. I got no biases, but man, fuck this. I should probably stop rapping and buy a bucket so I could kick it or something. Appreciate you, yo. Sorry, I haven't freestyled for a minute. Yeah.
Yeah, you know what though? That's dope. I'm glad you did it off the head. You know, I know how hard, man. I freestyle, and I know how hard it is to come off the head, especially on the spot, man. So
Yeah,
I appreciate that shit. And I'll tell you right now, that just made me appreciate you even more, because I love real MCs, you know what I'm saying? I'm the type to be out in the motherfucking street like, yo, let's battle. Like, yo, let's kick a cipher. Like,
Yeah, yo.
guys don't do that no more around here. But yo, let's kick a cipher. You gotta pay me for them bars. Get the fuck out of here.
Exactly. Yo, I
You know what I'm
I
saying?
just love spinning like that exactly for the sake of the heart of it, bro. It's not about, you know, like off dome, I'll do it always, bro. I'll do it always. And that's crazy you say that right there too, Denku, because I see you too, brother. I appreciate that you hold it down for the fellowship of freestyle shit. Like with me, I feel like I black out. I'm one of them like blackout freestylers. So the more like I'll pull up at the spot, I'm like you, to where I'll pull up to the spot and I'll like feel it in the air, bro. And then I'll go and like flame a cipher or like get in the zone. But I've been feeling good lately, and I appreciate you having me and asking me to spit. Thanks, dude. Dope. Thanks for
Well,
listening.
no doubt. No doubt, yo, you was kind of getting me hype, man. I was about to start jot some bars and shit. I'm like,
Hey,
damn.
I'm saying we're gonna make it a weekly shit or something. Like it's just fun. Why not? You know, that's the thing is, I feel like yeah, I got bars to give away to whoever wants to hear them, and that doesn't discredit them. It's like freestyle bars are meant to be like that. I feel like it's the same as that shit only goes as far as the parking lot. You know, as far as your voice could go either, right? Or the neighborhood or whatever, the park or whatever. Same as this online shit, so it's not too much different. I don't mind spitting to just me and you, bro. Whoever, you know, I want to do more.
You calling it right now, man. We about to do that, man. Motherfucking we gonna do some shit. Even we drop a weekly joint and shit. Word, I'm gonna trademark the fuck out of that. You know what I'm saying? We gonna do some shit, man. I need MCs like you, man. On some real shit. You know what I'm saying? I need MCs like you that are hungry like you are. You're persistent, and you're not afraid to be yourself, man. I need that, man. I'm tired of this fucking bullshit hip-hop and the way shit has been lately. Like, we need MCs like you. Like, I love it, man. I fucking love what you just did right now. And, yo, like, yeah, we gonna do some shit, man.
Let me know, brother.
I'm overhyped now and shit. Like I said, I had a real fucked up day, bro. So to come home and be able to chop it up with you and talk about the shit, hear the fucking EP, man. Yo, it's a fucking blessing, man. Like I feel like it was worth going through the bullshit today. Like I said,
it was worth it. Me, brother. Thanks.
I was ready to punch through doors and all that.
Yeah, start flipping tables on motherfuckers. I understand, man. You know, like I said, we're moving in like 3 weeks to Tucson and all this, so I understand the nerves. I was extremely, like, you know, when a little hit of that anxiety kind of clicks back, and like, oh, I haven't had that shit for a minute. You know, that's part of life. That's part of what it is. The nerves. I'll tell you, I've never been so, I'll be straightforward and honest always. I've never been so nervous to like come and chop it up because likewise, I hope that you see me pop in and stuff like that, but I always try to, when I see you that you go on live, you know, I always try to come in and I always try to peep the feed on Insta and all that shit on Facebook or whatever. But you know, it goes a long way. Same with Denku. This guy Denku loves freestyling too. Maybe we can get some kind of thing going. You know, I gotta, not to take a lot of your time, I got a quick idea though. It's like a couple years old. It could be a thing already. I don't know. But for an app, right? For an app that you can get in like a voice chat with like say 3 or 4 homies like on Discord. It's like a Discord chat or something if you're familiar with that. It's like a voice chat. But you could have whoever the leader, like the party chat leader, could load an instrumental in off of their fucking computer or whatever, their DAW, right? And then you can just play the fucking beat as a party session and you can like do a live fucking chat. Like, all right, y'all motherfuckers want to hear like what I got? Okay, cool. Like, blah, blah, blah. All right, yo, what do you got? You guys want to make a hook? You can make like a live hook over the fucking phone with the beat playing on your fucking phones. It seems like some silly shit, but you can also do it for freestyling, I feel like, and I think it'd be dope. You know?
Yeah, that definitely be dope. I think fucking a lot of the Instagram like verses and all that was doing that. Like the fucking DJ Premier versus RZA, they were doing it somehow. They're bringing the music into it.
Yeah, like live mixers and shit or something. Like.
So I don't know how to do that shit. Like I said, I'm still trying to get used to this internet shit. But that's why I at least wanted to bring back Freestyle Friday. Because 106 Park, they had it flowing in the beginning. They had shit flowing, but then look what the fuck it is now. I don't want to hear that shit. So it's like, you know what I mean? I want to have Freestyle Friday, so this way talents like yourself can just come on and do your thing. I mean, if you want to spit a written, it's cool too. I mean, it's not my flavor though. You know what I mean? Because
Yeah,
I'm
exactly.
I'm not the pre-med guy. Like I don't believe in that as much. I'd rather fuck up on the spot off the head than to, that's just my personal preference. But
Totally.
no, I definitely see you hopping in too, though. I definitely appreciate that, man. You have been supporting,
Of course.
and yeah, and definitely, man. And I'm glad to be able to listen to your shit, man, because I do get flooded sometimes with a lot of shit. I try to listen to everybody. I try to do what I can, man, but
Yeah.
a lot of them are just clout chasing, not to sound like a dick or nothing, but you know what I'm saying? A lot of them be like snow goons, creative juices, let's all hop on. Nah, it's like I want people that are really talented, that are hungry, I want people that have been let down by other people. You know what I mean? If
Yeah.
you've been I'm telling this for everyone that's listening. If you've been let down by other shows because you weren't good enough, come to my fucking shit. I'll tell you right now, I will give you the motherfucking platform. You can do your thing, and that's that. This is what it's about. So definitely appreciate that, and I definitely appreciate you, man. Like we gonna do some shit though. We're gonna figure out what to do, man. Because I love your style. I love how you rap, and I love how you hold yourself up as a hip hop head. So we definitely gonna figure some shit out, and shit.
Yeah. We're
But
gonna
I
talk
don't want
about
to
it too
hold you
down the
up
road.
too much and shit. But
Yeah.
definitely get that laptop fixed so it don't explode. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
We need to keep Mars around on the planet. You know what I'm
Hey,
saying?
me. I'm safe. Yeah. Yeah.
But I am gonna wrap this up though, man. I definitely appreciate your time, man. We are gonna keep talking even after this. Like I said, I'm not gonna just disappear. I'm not gonna just disappear. Or whatever.
You already, bro. If
Yeah,
you need,
you already, fam. Like I said, man. Anything you want to tag me in. I got you and shit. I'll do what I can. I'm out here and this shit.
yeah, same, bro. If you need, I'm about investment too, and I'm about donation, and that's what it is too. You know what I mean? I appreciate your time and like to keep your fucking platform moving forward. And like already tonight, like 88, the homie earlier, right? Or whatever, like the homie that popped in, stuff like that. Thank you for allowing your platform to like vibe with me, and until next time, so Bo, do you know Bo Fott, the German producer? Bo Fott, it's Faat, Bofaat, Bo Fott. Him and Denku, they work together a lot.
Probably not. I'm still, I don't really.
So me and this guy, we got like a producer MC combo called Drunken Monks, right? And so like we did a project, we did a whole album with Edo G, pardon me, from Boston, with Edo. And it's like a 10-track, so it's like a little over 30 minutes, so it's not like a full-length LP, but still a solid album. We got on vinyl and shit. And then we got another album, which is our first one from 2020. So the shit's still pretty fresh. Maybe we could do, if you're with it, next time after you get some shit cycled through in a couple of months, like hit me again. We'll have a session on that stuff, and by that time I'll probably have a new project out with him by then. I think you'll enjoy that stuff if you like the kind of like that, that more boom bap. The new one was a good mix, I feel like, but the Drunken Monk shit is pretty much like just some pure boom bap, crazy lyricism. We could chop it up on that if you're into it, bro. Let me know what you think, though. I'll link you up to it.
Yeah, man, you allowed on the show whenever you want, bro. You fam now, so you know what I'm saying, whatever you drop in, any way I can help push this shit, like we'll make it happen and shit. Most def. But once again, I definitely appreciate you being a supporter, you donating too, like you like that. That shit is huge because like that helps me better understand who's really about their shit too, because you know what I'm saying. Like I said, everybody could say this is that, but sometimes when you do the show, I notice people don't be pushing it. They don't be sharing the video that they're in, which makes no motherfucking sense. What the fuck's the point of being on an interview with me if you're not gonna share your own shit? That don't make no motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? It's a waste of my time, waste of their time. I'd rather not. You know what I'm saying? So I definitely appreciate that shit, but we definitely gonna talk though and shit. But yeah, I appreciate your time, bro, and we're gonna talk in a few.
Be safe, all right? Yeah, man. Bless. Until next time, y'all. Later.
No doubt, bro. Peace.
Peace, brother.
No doubt, yo. Shout out to the homie Marz One, man. Yo, make sure you check out that EP on Bandcamp, man. That shit's fucking fire. Shout out to Bones, you know what I mean? Everybody that participated in that shit. Um, also make sure to follow him. For all the previous shows are all on YouTube. You can check them all out on there. Subscribe, support, you know what I mean? Share and all the other shit. I do a show once, twice a week. It all depends. You know what I mean? But definitely support. Shout out to the sponsors once again, you know what I mean? Snow Goons. Once again, check out the gear, you know what I mean? Goonsgear.com. You know what I'm saying? Check out the Creative Juices music joints on their website, you know what I mean? Lisa out International. All my peoples, man. I appreciate everybody that supports the show too, man. I love all y'all, and I hope you have a great weekend. Peace.